sure do. But I also have dog ears, so I'm sure once we're like talking and not in complete silence, it will be fine. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Happy 911 Thursday, everyone. How are we feeling?
Are we doing good? Better than we have this entire rest of the week?
Oh my god.
I think.
Crashing out for much better reasons.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm at the Chris and Eddie are back together crash out party instead of the Bobby might be dead crash out party.
Well, you know what? That's this good switch in routine because, like, I feel like we've all aged at least 15 years after this whole weekend.
It hasn't even been a whole week.
No.
We're on Sunday.
Insanity.
Should I tell everyone that we're live in Discord?
Yeah. Oh, in Discord, sure. Yeah. Meg's here. Meg. Did everyone like the episode? Because we hearted it. That doesn't work. We really liked it. I kept saying the whole time, wow, this is a good episode.
We were saying that the whole time.
I burst into tears when Chris said, "You'll be my dad again." I was totally so completely normal about that. So normal. I was just like, what do you mean? He's always been your dad.
And I know why. I know why, but like,
yeah.
Oh,
stress.
Meg,
it was such
tell no one I'm possessive. Meg, what?
Huh? Where is Meg? Which one is she in right now?
She's on TikTok for the moment.
Meg switches between everything.
Web says, "Hi friends, great episode." Meg, tell no one you're live. That's because we were telling people on Discord. Tell all the other people that you talk to all day. Rock said, "I loved the message about it. I was overjoyed when Eddie said he didn't want to give up his seat." Yeah. I'm so glad that he takes Buck's advice. Because Buck gives him good advice.
He's the only one who
right there.
Hen gave some good advice too. It was just taken bad.
Yeah. It's good advice, but maybe not so much for mentally unstable people. No. He dads up.
He dad upped.
He dad upped. Yeah.
He sure did. Oh my gosh.
Sandra said she loves it.
Hello, everyone.
I'm just sorry.
They liked the episode, and
I'm looking between 3 places. So if I look like, that's why.
Which ones are you looking at? Just so I look at the other one.
I'm looking at all of them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no one really ever talks on Instagram. That's a challenge. If you're here on Instagram.
If you're here on Instagram, we want to hear from you, please.
We want to hear from you too. Please type messages. We'll talk back. We read them. We're here to have a conversation. He's the only one who listens to Buck, LOL. He is the only one who listens to Buck, and it's so funny because I feel like I should make an edit of all the times that Chimney's like, surprisingly or unfortunately I have to agree with Buck, or that is good of. I'm like,
I mean, it's him being like,
I understand, but
of.
It's like Buck is the therapist friend.
Yeah,
he just is. So he's going to give good advice that he's not going to take himself. It's just how the therapist friend works. I
do love what Vera said. Oh my God, the next Buddy FaceTime is going to be so insane. Chris will be there. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Unless Buck is going through it.
Oh my God, he is going to be going through it because of the mirror emergency. I'm so nervous about this emergency, y'all.
What if Eddie's just
doesn't have a mom? Sorry, go ahead.
That was unhinged.
No, so what were you saying?
What? Wait, what was unhinged?
He doesn't have a mom, so someone's got to mess him up.
No, anyway, what I was saying is like, what if Eddie's been trying to call him and like this is the one time that he's been, trying to reach him and he doesn't answer and he doesn't answer. He's not answering. And then they're like seeing all the things that are happening in LA. That's how he comes back.
Jail.
Mm.
Jail. But I like it.
What do you mean?
He's
jail?
always had two dads, like
Yeah.
since he met
Yes.
Buck. You're
But
so
just to
right,
like
Vera.
for Buck to say that first of all,
Still
just like
no.
oh my god.
That was insane.
Oh my god. Meg is on Instagram and says, "Acknowledge me here now."
Meg is everywhere, man. Also. Mm. Ooh. EJ, so right. Love the way Eddie just stormed into her house. Like, take charge, be a figure of authority. Like,
Yeah.
it was good. It was
Yeah.
so good. I was like ascending. I'm so proud.
Meg says his grandparents are keeping him from his dad's. Yeah, they are.
Mhm.
They are. And I'm
Mhm.
so glad we got to see more of that in this episode. We were so fucking angry. We were so angry.
This is what we needed to see.
The fact that Ramon, because like I know there's like a portion of people that are like, we give Ramon some leeway because he's been trying, but the fact that like
Not
he's
anymore.
just been like
No.
sitting by doing nothing.
That's me.
Parading as his dad.
But
Like,
now he's just
excuse
like
the
letting
fuck outta
people
me.
assume that he's Chris's dad and not correcting them, and then he's sitting there like, "Come on,
He's
son."
old as shit.
They are
Sorry.
never beating the do-over allegations.
No, they really
ever.
aren't. They really aren't.
Oh.
It's so messed up. Like,
Mhm.
and his mother just being like, "Oh, are you eating this unhealthy stuff? I hope you don't have that when Chris comes over." And then just like nitpicking every single thing he does. You're really gonna uproot him, bitch? You did.
Did you ask?
You uprooted him. You came and took my son away from me when I was very
Mhm.
obviously in some mental distress, and you took advantage of that and manipulated it. And I'm glad we got to see her like manipulating,
Yeah.
actively. So like she has not changed her ways. She doesn't get redeemed.
No.
I love how Eddie handled it. He handled it in such an Eddie way when he finally stopped being like, "Oh, I'm just gonna like wait for my kid to like ask me to parent him."
Mm-hmm.
And then he finally was just like, "Yeah, I'm busting down the door. My kid is in the car because I'm not even allowing you to see him, and I'm taking his shit, and I'm gonna make barbs, and throw your words back in your face. I'm gonna kiss you on the head. Thank you for taking care of him. Bye."
Thank you so much. Your job is done now. Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadow,
I'm his father. I'm his life. Oh my god,
it's so good. Shadow, you're so right. The only friend that doesn't have kids of his own, and Buck gives the best parenting.
Well, he does have a kid of his own.
He does.
He does.
But I know what you meant. Also, just shout out again to Meg and her multiverse of apps.
I'm everywhere. Everywhere, man. If you don't know Meg, I feel like most of you have been here before. Meg was in our last 2 live streams and our last 2 live reacts. She's one of my dear friends. I've known her for almost a decade. Crazy. Oh my god, Sachi's here! Hi, Sachi! Oh my god, I was like excited to see what
Wait,
glasses
I
you
don't
were
think my
doing.
headphones are connected because
Oh,
I can't
no.
hear.
Oh,
Oh no.
It's
for anyone
invisible,
who-
but like
for
with her
anyone-
ears.
for anyone who doesn't know,
It's
Sachi
not
is
over a decade.
one of
Meg.
the hosts of the Station 118 podcast.
pod. Yeah.
They are so funny. We love it.
I
Are
love being
you-
told that I'm funny.
Are you on a ball right now?
Oh yeah, I sure am.
Oh man. But yeah, they're hilarious.
Bye, Vera. Have fun at
and
work.
bye Vera.
Bye, Vera.
Talk to you later. Meg, it's not a decade until July. We met in July 2015. I know that you're
Oh.
old and time is hard to tell when it slips away from you.
Jeez.
It hasn't. We're almost at our decade anniversary. Not yet.
Decade anniversary.
But yeah, Sachi's here to talk with us about this episode and whatever else we want to talk about. Did you like it?
What are your
I
thoughts?
did.
Yeah.
What are my thoughts? I liked it. Wait. I'm trying to gather them because then I had a thought and then it left me.
That is okay.
But first of all, Helena Diaz.
Fuck that bitch.
Forever.
When I catch you, like
Aggravates me. And I also kind of felt bad for what's his face? I don't remember names. The guy. Who had
Ramon?
Archie?
his cousin. No, his cousin had sex on him.
Oh, Archie.
Yeah, Archie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's all.
Not really bad for Archie, actually.
No, I did feel bad for Archie. Like, I understood why he did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the right answer, but I get it.
But overall, I enjoyed it.
Us too.
I like the character-centered episodes. Also, the 118 is foul for forgetting Ken's birthday.
They are.
Absolutely.
That's why I was like,
just
Ken deserves to walk off and like go off. Like she just deserves it.
The way that she
Mhm.
I thought they were
basically just
doing,
with her
like-
eyes said, I
Mhm.
hate men. Why are men? She's so valid. But also her wife, I can't believe.
That's
Both are kids?
embarrassing.
That's so embarrassing. I thought they were like setting up a surprise party.
We
And
did
then,
too.
no,
When someone
they
Athena
just
was
all
like, "Oh, maybe there's a surprise," we
forgot.
were like, "Oh no." We listen to Archie. We don't judge.
We don't judge. Fair.
I mean, like, I probably would have snapped too, but like, in the way where I would just isolate myself to my own detriment instead of stabbing someone
Okay.
on a public bus.
So the people who remembered are Athena and Eddie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which just goes to show, because I said when the episode started, I was like, we love a Kinsey 6 episode.
Yeah. I mean,
Make people remember.
just what Chris says right here. It's gay lesbian solidarity. Like,
Also, Eddie is just very lesbian coded, just like in general.
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
He's like, I have Facebook.
Oh,
Did you remember?
my other thought is this is about basketball. How, okay, Eddie can barely afford to live. How is he affording floor seats to the Mavs? I mean, I guess they just traded Luca, but like,
Is that what
let's be
Blair said?
I think he's hacking the Uber system thanks
Yeah.
to the passenger who was like, literally shut the fuck up. Here's how to do this job because you're very sad and pathetic. That's literally what she did.
She gave him
is
some pity.
my nightmare of an Uber driver.
Yeah, Sil was like, shut up. I'm
Eddie
this
as an
Uber,
Uber
shut up.
driver reminds me. He reminds me of the time we were coming home from Scotland and I like caught a disease and we landed in Newark, which is like 2 hours away from my house.
Oh,
And
no.
I felt my fever spike. I had nothing. I was just there sitting and I got into my car and the driver did not stop talking to me the entire time.
No.
And I'm like, lady, I need you to just let me be miserable here. I'm like sweating,
Oh no.
infecting your car with my disease.
Oh no.
Patient zero. Yeah, this is why I wear headphones when I'm in public by myself at all times, because
Me too.
I'm just like, I need to broadcast that I don't want to fucking talk to you. In case the resting bitch face doesn't get that across. Hopefully the headphones do.
It's so funny. I probably would have had a great time in Eddie's Uber. Oh, extra guest.
Hold on, I gotta look up and look at comments. Toyota drivers hen Eddie unite. Yeah, that's the Kinsey 6 car on the show, apparently. Basically confirmed gay with the hand on the hip closing the U-Haul. Oh yeah. Yeah. There was no reason for that. Oh my god, he's a baby.
He's so cute.
I kidnapped her. Snowy.
So fluffy.
Eddie Diaz
know.
needs a cat.
He
does.
He needs a cat so bad.
But you know Buck's gonna come home with another dog at some point, and he's gonna be like, fine.
Yeah.
Eddie is not a dog person.
No.
No. I don't think he wants an animal that's going to take up a substantial amount of Buck's attention. He's a cat.
You know what? That might be right. They're like, this didn't work out last time.
These cats are they need so much attention, just constantly.
Oh my
So
God.
cute.
She
Like a
was,
little
what was she doing the other
baby.
day? Oh, she was in her cat bowl, like splashing the water like it was a water park. And I'm like,
Shit.
girl, just drink it. And like
That's not
filled
what it's
it,
there
and then
for.
she's done.
It's a 10-hour drive from El Paso to Dallas.
Yes. Oh my God.
Texas
Texas is
is
not a
so
real
big.
place.
I just know, oh my
Eddie was so
God, who is
sassy.
it that we are mutuals with on TikTok? They're from Texas. I know that they're going to make a video ranting about that.
I think people are saying it's like a 5.5 hour drive. Meg says it's a 5.5 hour drive to Lubbock. And he left Ramon on the bus
Good.
for 5.5 hours.
Good.
Warranted. Absolutely.
All
Oh
he
my
needed to
God.
see, and I think we had said this a couple times, was
People,
just
yes.
that like Chris was not
Sorry, Meg.
like living his best life. He just needed to see a glimpse of him being unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And he dad upped.
Ugh. But it did. It
I
gave
do-
him flashbacks, just like we predicted, where we were like, it's gonna be something that they do that's gonna remind him of how his parents treated him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, okay.
Ballroom dancing.
Ballroom dancing?
Jesus Christ.
We better get
Can we
follow
see
through on
that?
that. I don't see Buck and Eddie doing
Ballroom
ballroom
dance?
dancing and just Buck just stepping all over Eddie's toes because he's
Oh my
nothing but legs.
God.
I need to say he is nothing but legs. I need to see that so bad. Cause like, and now we know like that like not throwaway line. There are no throwaway lines in
The cheerleader
911.
one?
No, I was gonna say like a couple seasons ago when Eddie was like, "I'm a great dancer."
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, we know why.
Mhm.
Apparently, he was good enough to almost get a scholarship.
But no, I see you. So, ballroom dancing adjacent to cheerleading.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Adjacent to ice
Mhm.
skating.
Yes.
Okay,
Another
but for real though,
Bobby and Eddie parallel. Here we go.
they just
Uh-huh.
continue to parallel each other. I love that.
Especially
Choose
with-
your fighter.
Especially with like a momager sort of situation.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
I just really need to know how the ice skating years went for him because, like, he was also drinking and then being, like, dragged to, like, televangel services probably 3 times a week.
Well, at least he stayed warm on the ice.
Oh my God.
Rachel.
It keeps you warm inside. Never mind.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, Meg, now I'm sad. So sorry.
and
same age
Brittany
he met
says, and at
Shannon.
14, the same age that he met Shannon. That's interesting. That's
Oh
interesting.
my
Was
God. Tales
she
from the
his
Winnie
ballroom
joined
dancing
live on
nerd?
Instagram.
Oh, sorry, what?
I said Tales from the 118. Joined the Instagram. Come join.
Yay!
Come join.
Hop in.
Lizzie. Lyra, why am I choking?
Well, you're
Spirit
doing
of
what
Buck
I
Buckley.
And Julia, he also dances to feel
He
joy.
does.
So like there is an element
Oh, they
that
sucked all the fun out of it?
yeah, so he did like it.
Interesting.
Well, that's what he said in the episode.
Yeah.
Is that he loved it until he did
they
it because
Lizzie
of
Busy
them.
over here. Hi, Lyra.
Hi.
How did you like the
Hi.
episode? Shadow said, I forgot Bobby started drinking that young. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
forget. That's the saddest fucking episode of 911 literally ever. It haunts me.
It's hard to beat. Don't take that as a challenge.
No.
Oh,
Lyra says, I loved it in all caps. Eddie Diaz is better than I am. I mean, same.
I mean,
I would have dragged Helena. Yeah. Yep.
mhm.
I think all of us here
Even me
would have loved to roll up like as his posse.
Yeah.
in a Prius.
Oh, I wanted to say something about that. Find it
Yeah.
interesting that Buck is the one to push him into the two major things in El Paso to bring him back together with Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would
Mhm.
not have done that if Buck
No.
wasn't like, dude, get it together.
It's
Yeah.
oh my god, just like, and you know, I'm just gonna say for an episode that's like called Invisible, well, Buck sure sees him.
Yeah.
He sure does.
Buck is
Because his
so
parents
saying.
don't.
No, they never
Yes.
did.
Buck is his
They
co-parent.
never did.
His co-pilot, his co-parent.
Absolutely.
His comorbidity.
Well, yes.
I mean, yeah.
That's
Well, yes,
why.
we
So
have
this is why I
ADHD and autism, so yes.
And something undiagnosable.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
and
also
Eddie
like
or
their
Buck,
their
or both of
NDE
them?
pairings together, like crazy.
Codependency for sure.
Yeah. We have
Um,
and go ahead, Sil.
Mac
Yeah, no, I
Lowe.
was gonna say, yeah, we have had such a great run of episodes into hiatus. This is why I keep calling it the buddy half. We're the
It
buddy
is.
half.
It is. Like every episode, no matter what else is happening,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's even in the Maddie arc, which was supposed to be very Maddie, we still got big buddy moments.
Yeah. I think I saw, I don't remember if it was a Tumblr post or a Twitter post or Scope Ranks. No, that's so real. Because when one has it, the other one does not.
Oh yeah.
No,
Wait.
Huh?
Sorry, no, finish your thought because I'm
Oh.
gonna bring something up that I think you guys are gonna like. So
Okay. I just saw a post earlier today on one of the medias saying about how like between 7 and 8 like the buddy has doubled in the amount of time, like screen time, as opposed to like seasons 5 or 6 where it was averaging like an hour and change, and like season 7 and 8 so far is like up to 2 hours each or something like that. So like we stay winning.
Yeah.
Now you go, Sel.
did we get confirmation that Eddie is older?
Think so.
Surely
Did we?
he can't.
We keep getting the vaguest fucking timeline like nods, and I'm like, I know there's several people in fandom who are working on the timelines, and I'm like, I'm gonna let them do it because it hurts my brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was a dig at him. Like when Buck was like, "Oh, Facebook, how old are you?"
Oh, someone, I forget who earlier when I was talking about like Meg and I knowing each other for almost 10 years. They asked if I was friends with her on Facebook and get her birthday reminders. I was, but I deleted my Facebook because fuck Facebook.
Now you just have to remember with your brain.
It's in a calendar. I have a Google spreadsheet of all of my friends' birthdays, and then I transpose that onto my calendar.
I love that works for you. Maybe.
Sometimes
No, Meg says they were born,
they're
at
born
the
at the
same.
same moment. Shut the fuck up.
No.
Brittany,
Actually, this is actually dangerous. I don't
No.
think Meg and Sachi should ever talk.
What's wrong?
The chaos that
No,
you
you
two
will
would
like each other
cause
too much.
together would be a headache. For
Very sane. Very.
Brittany, I think you are so right. And if anybody wants confirmation, you can listen.
Would you like to know their exact birthdays and times? We have a whole 3-hour episode on
We
that.
figured that out already, and that is correct.
We did it for
Actually,
you.
in our Buddy Astrology episode, so we figured out the day, the times, the big 3 astrology. We have the whole chart, but
Lyra
But that is
says Buck sees Eddie for who he is, and Eddie didn't drop Buck like Abby did, which could mean nothing.
it could mean everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's interesting is how we didn't see them really talking about real things this entire season until he moved to Texas.
It's
And now
the
he's
distance.
constantly relying on
Talking.
Buck and talking to him.
About
How many
really
times a day are they
substantive-
FaceTiming? Just like
literally all the
many.
time. Every moment of every day. But like they're actually talking about like things of substance, right? So they're talking about the Chris of it all. They're
Bye,
talking
EJ,
about like
enjoy.
uh,
Watching Grace.
yes. But they're talking about Christopher, they're talking about Eddie's parents, they're talking about like all of this stuff. And it's like they're actually communicating, and it's incredible that it only took Eddie like moving 800 miles away to do that. So like
Yeah.
again, the floodgates have kind of opened on both Eddie and Chris's side, but also like Eddie and Buck's side. So eventually they are going to have like a big conversation, which has been leading up.
You keep
the
saying
entire time.
floodgates, and Tim Minear is going to psychically hear you.
I can't help it if I come up with good puns.
And
Who's
make
they
that
were
an
good?
emergency.
Would we complain? We've been asking for
I just know I can't. This was not the one I meant to put up. I know I can't. Eddie hasn't actually stated, but he and Shannon are the same age, and she was 92. So like you can be the same age and born in different years.
Yeah, we just elect to
Oh my God.
to disregard.
You can.
You can.
What did I mean to put up here? Oh yes, Becca. Yes, happy Eddie getting Chris back. Day to you too. This is now an international holiday. I should have off work.
And it's renewal day. Yay!
It is renewal day. So shocked. We were so worried.
I said this on Twitter, and I mean, I know it didn't like technically happen yet, but it's going to. But like, I don't know, if we had a nickel for every time there was a renewal on the same day as a 100th episode and ahead of someone's character's queer awakening, we'd have more than one nickel, just saying.
Rock on TikTok. Actually, if you want to look at TikTok more, I keep forgetting to look at it. It's pretty much just Rock and Whoop on there, and sometimes Meg, because she's bouncing between 3 different platforms. I love you so much, Meg. Rock said, did y'all see the Buck picture on Eddie's phone is from when Buck was talking to Maddie in her kitchen. Sil brought this up right at the end of us watching it, and I was like, the plot thickens.
I know it was probably just like a production choice for.
Well, yeah,
Bundy,
but it can be like a nod.
but I love the idea of Maddie having this conversation with Buck and just filming him and taking pictures of it.
Be
and
like,
then
are you in love with Eddie?
Yes.
Of his reaction and just sending it to Eddie.
and
No
he's like,
context.
"What?"
No, he probably is just like cool and saves it to his fucking Buck folder.
Oh my God.
Because you know he has one.
Han, can you turn your volume?
What other folders does
I can
Eddie
try.
have in his photos?
Is that better? What?
Ooh,
That's really loud.
the dulcet
Yeah.
tones.
Uh-huh. The problem is that if I like turn it up a little, it'll just turn right back down. So I got to start up high, and then it'll just gradually move down more and more.
Hmm.
It's lower than everyone else's. Okay, well I turned it up. Hopefully, it'll be better. Cool. There was another comment somewhere. ADHD is ADHD.
Oh, all of the cooking every time, and like the domestic of it. I love
We do love that. Oh, this is. I was gonna put this up. You do.
Yes.
I'm very fun.
Asachi, if you use the free membership that we gave you for our Patreon, you can join our Discord.
Oh yeah, that's
And
on
you
my
and
list
Meg
of
can
things
talk
to
all
do.
the time.
All the time.
Okay. I'll do that right now.
But yeah, you guys have similar chaotic energy. I don't know how, because she's like cancer, like a lot of cancer.
And I'm just like Donald Trump, serial killer.
Oh my god.
We're gonna get kicked off TikTok. So sorry.
No, we were just talking about the episode from a couple weeks ago.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all. Fictional.
Meg says I like to be difficult. Yes, I know. That's why I was just thinking of how Meg and Sachi both like to just say things to me because they know it's gonna like actually it's
Get
a
a
little
reaction.
ableist if you think about it because I'm autistic. I'm just kidding. But you guys say things to me that you know is gonna make me just like lose my shit, even though I know that you're not serious, but like the autism will not let me not respond to you, so you just keep saying crazier shit. So like Meg does this constantly with being like Eddie's actually younger or things like that, and then Sachi for like 2 weeks tormented me with progressively more insane, terrible fuck
Wait,
astrology
like what?
options.
Oh.
Okay.
At
I
one
like
point
what
she was
is
like,
saying.
"Yeah, he's Virgo," and I was like, "I think I'm gonna block you." Actually.
Clipboard Buck
I remember
has
that.
Virgo energy.
No, he has autism energy. It's not the same thing. Virgo is kind of the autism
Right.
sign, but like it's not the same. Not the same.
There you go.
Open app.
Correct.
Thank you.
Rock said, "I'm glad that we know that Chris doesn't like chess, like we were all saying, and
Like we all knew.
Eddie's parents were really passing Chris off as their own son and being
Mhm.
controlling about him. That is so wild.
They're so weird.
That's
Also-
crazy. Like they're never beating the like
Sachi, do you think she's a
do-over
narcissist?
allegation.
Because we think Helena's a narcissist.
That's hard. Like narcissism is something so specific.
mm,
Because like I would see narcissism. I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm I'm just talking now.
Neither are we.
no.
But I would see it as like if she was actively trying to undermine not only Eddie, but then also Chris. I guess unless she sees Chris as the golden child. But I think like to really know how she is, like we need to see her with
With Chris one-on-one.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
not with Chris one-on-one,
Or-
but also with Eddie's sisters.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
We're never meeting those sisters.
We're
Are
never
they
meeting
older
them.
or
younger?
I think some of
Well,
them
the
one of them is younger, right?
I think they're both
I think they're
younger.
both
I think
Okay,
one's
wait,
like
here's my other question.
a couple years younger, and then one's like
9-ish
9 years younger.
years younger. Yeah. What's your question, Sachi?
In Eddie's like first episode when he has all of those shirtless pictures with the dog, he's
Uh-huh.
like, my 12-year-old niece took
Yeah.
these.
Yeah.
Who?
Well,
Who?
or was it cousin or niece? I forget.
it was
He
niece.
said
I think it was
niece.
niece.
He said niece, which would imply that he either like took them right before he moved because he was like,
Mm.
yeah, there's the calendars happening, or they were maybe they were visiting him.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or
there's
or
also
maybe-
there's also that interview from Tim.
Maybe they helped them
It's
move.
not canon, but in his head, maybe he thinks it's canon. Where like most of Eddie's family is from LA, and then his nuclear family moved to El Paso when he was younger.
Yeah, I always kind of thought it was like
A
one of-
step niece.
like one of Peppa's kids sort of thing.
Wouldn't he
So,
just
like-
call them a cousin?
Like basically Eddie's like
No.
second cousin.
No.
Well, I guess
Some
that my cousins, I'd be like to my kid,
Well,
I'd be like,
Well, so
these
like,
are
what
your
would you call?
moms.
like okay, so if it's my I know like other countries do it, but like for Peruvians, like if it's like my mom's cousin, no. What was the wait, hold on. What was the example? Tia Peppa, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
so
it's
that's-
the aunt's So
If it's the
kid.
grandma's
if
sister,
it's your
right?
cousin's kid, I think that's what you were
Yeah.
saying. If it's your cousin's
Oh yeah,
kid.
if it's my cousin's kid, I'm gonna call them niece, nephew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's like that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. So
But-
some countries, some countries are different. Some will say, oh no, that everyone is like cousins, but then
Right.
some are like, depending on that generation, it's like either.
So the more of like a not a hierarchy, but like a, you know what I'm trying to say. Words are hard.
You're not going to call them the cousin first removed.
Well, no, but it's like when you call them a niece, it's establishing that like you are their elder, and so there's like the
Yeah.
respect thing there.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, how do I join this Discord?
You joined it. I saw it. It said Sachi slid right in.
Am I in it?
I think you're in it.
Oh my God.
Never mind that. Ignore me.
I don't know how Discord works. Rock says in their culture we just say cousin. And didn't like Helena judging what Eddie got from the store, even though it wasn't his. Oh my God! Everything about Helena Diaz in this episode made
Pisses
me
me the fuck off.
so mad. I just like the immediate judging of her too, like just and it's an immediate like just judgment shut down of like, well, that's not good and this isn't good. It's like nothing is ever good for that enough for that woman.
No.
And she just criticizes everything without like.
Well, and they'd be doing the same thing. I mean, they don't show us this contextually, but I think it's kind of implied where it's like, he knows what his parents did to him, and he thought that they were treating Chris differently. But this
solidifies
episode gives us a glimpse, and him a glimpse, that that's not actually the case. So even though she was praising him at the beginning of the episode, being like, he's got all A's and B's, like across the board, we're so proud, blah, 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 blah. As soon as it's like, oh, you're making him do things that he really doesn't enjoy, to the point that it's making him physically sick because you're stressing him out about like.
Bad for him.
I did too. He's just a kid.
So sad.
He's just a baby. He's just a baby.
Do we think though that Helena, like this entire time Chris has been in El Paso, has been like, your dad's not ready for you to come back yet. Like you're better off here.
1000%.
She's been saying shit.
He's been manipulating
because
him.
for his reaction to be like, you'll be my dad again.
Right?
That really
crazy.
implies.
I literally burst into
someone was
tears.
in
I
his
was not
ear.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not
Meg
normal.
also thinks that. There's no way. There's like no way that.
I'm sorry.
he's
I'm
definitely been
circling back to this. Uncle Megan?
No, that makes total sense to me. I see it.
She has big uncle energy? Actually, yeah.
Yeah. See? I get it. And I haven't
Alright.
even known Meg a decade.
No, but you guys have similar senses of humor.
Thank you. And Rock also says, I see why Eddie went to the army because he felt stifled. It probably wasn't the best choice, but and Eddie
not.
hearing that his father has been saying that he's Chris's father. Insane work, actually.
Hey, Ramon, can you fight? Because we're gonna.
Yeah. Like I feel like that line single-handedly like swiped out and like negated all of the work that Ramon had kind of done to fix his relationship with Eddie. Just like totally blank slated that, because you can so easily be like, oh no, I'm his grandpa. But for everyone else to think, and like, this isn't the first tournament that he's been in.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And for
he's been
everyone
there
else,
know them.
for 6-ish
Exactly.
months. So for
And-
6-ish months.
and the
been going
girl
around.
knew them exactly, like, well. It's like, oh, we love Chris. It's like, how well do you know them?
Who says hi and you're so skippity? She didn't actually say that. Did she?
Is Moose
I
a
don't think that's how
cat?
you
It's
spell
her-
it, do you?
She calls her kids Moose and Goose.
That's cute.
They're a teenager
that
and
a-
a preteen, so but
is
they,
that
I mean,
a-
I've known them for 10 years.
Or an insult.
Hi Moose, love you. Oh, she did actually say skibidi. All right. Thank you. I think that's a compliment.
Is that good?
I'm assuming it's good. I don't know. I have to keep informing Rachel of like the new like sayings the kids and the social media are saying these days. And I'm like, I'm older than you. Why do I have to keep telling you? She didn't understand we were doing like social media
didn't.
copy. And I was like, does Tim Minear know he has 30 minutes? And she was like, what?
What? And then
Like,
only
how do
after
heard
you
this sound.
you explained that to me, then I saw a tweet with that, and I was like, oh, I know what that is now. I felt so smart.
You're welcome.
And in with hip with the kids. Yes.
I don't feel hip with the kids.
I'm sorry.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's no cap. I'm never gonna say that again. I'm so sorry. Oh, and Rock is saying, speaking about Eddie's parents again, they made Eddie feel invisible from Chris and the world around him. Absolutely. And I think they've made Eddie feel invisible since at least he was 10 years old, probably earlier.
Oh, before.
Yeah. And so like, oh, this is maybe an interesting, okay, hang on. I'm cooking. Not like Buck or Eddie, unfortunately. No, this is kind of like an interesting parallel maybe about how, not that this is that new, but how Eddie felt invisible with his parents, and the only time he got their attention and or affection was when he was doing something that they wanted, like ballroom dancing. And compare that with Buck, who also felt invisible until he was harming himself or doing something reckless for their attention.
Yeah.
And it's just so beautiful that like they can see each other without all of that as well. So.
Yeah, because they have parallel trauma. Our winning live stream topic poll is favorite Eddie moments to celebrate his 100th episode, so we can just sprinkle those throughout the rest of the talking.
Which anyone on who's on our Patreon can vote in our live stream topics. We try to put one out every time we go.
You have to be in the $5 tier. But yeah.
Oh yes, buddies with benefits.
Those are the benefits.
There
are benefits.
That's it.
There are more.
There are more. Yeah, you get to see our reactions on Friday. If you aren't on that tier, you'll see them 1 to 2 weeks later, depending on when I can edit them.
Yeah, we put all like the last 3 out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
like at once.
or today. Monday, Tuesday, today.
Yeah. I love how
12
supportive they both are with each other in regards to their parental traumas. Yes.
They're
Me
healing.
too. I would love to see. I mean, I don't know. I was really hoping we were gonna get like a Buck Begins moment with Eddie and his parents.
Which, like, this isn't exactly that, and
because this was about Chris, it wasn't about Eddie.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if anything like that will pop up again, it would be about Eddie, and which I mean,
or we could just never see them again. That would be great.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
But we could. I think the way that we could get a Buck Begins-esque blow up of Eddie at his parents would be maybe when Eddie finally finds his true identity. Right?
Yeah.
Because beginning.
Because we know that
Eddie, who is going to be gay.
Yeah.
I pulled a card for him for the future.
Did you?
And it was new beginnings and rebirth.
I mean,
So,
we love to see
he's
it.
being reborn.
Truly.
Nobody saw that.
Saw what?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, in this episode where we finally get to see our Eddie, not like timid, just like
Well, I'm just glad that we finally got our slutty strand back, the hair, the clothes.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Sassy.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see any fucking plaid.
No, he was feeling himself.
No fuck ass like religious plaid. When he wears that plaid tucked in for that interview, it literally gave me like religious trauma flashbacks.
He literally looks like he's about to go to church and preach to the youth group about abstinence.
He looks like the youth pastor.
He's the last person who should be giving that discussion.
Like this,
like don't be like me.
Yeah, don't have a kid at 19. Don't be a teen parent.
I do like the cream. I do like the cream plaid. I don't have anything against them wearing plaid, but like specifically the way it was used in the last episode with him
to make him
very much like
blend into the background, which like really preceded the whole invisible thing, especially when it was like at his parents' house. I thought that was so well utilized.
Have we ever like verbalized what denim means in color theory? Because I know there's a thing. We've kind of talked about it, but I don't know.
Not like specifically, I think.
Like the denim shirts. Like I feel like we talked about it being like
shirt.
What?
I said he was wearing the exact same shirt in the scene with Chris when he first asked him to move to LA.
The denim,
it's the exact same one.
And it's very and it's so every time we see Eddie in that like light wash denim shirt is maybe when he's
wow,
incredible. I mean,
right the fic.
There's a movie, I think, right?
There's a movie where he plays a youth. Of course, there. I don't know why I'm ever surprised.
I know there's a movie.
Isn't there a movie where he's a priest?
Of course, there is. Well, he was.
Here, we'll get to it eventually. I'm scared about that one. Listen, we never know what we're gonna get, right? So,
oh my god.
So
yeah, I feel like it's something about like protection,
and Christopher as well, because we saw it with him telling Chris that they were gonna move to LA. We saw it with him kind of coming back into his power to get Chris back into his life with Helena. And then we also saw it in 303 with the whole like there's no one I trust more with my son than you. So it's a very like Christopher coded denim shirt, right?
Yeah. It's giving what I want, I don't know how to describe it, but it's maybe
like a starting over new beginnings.
But it also feels like the decision he makes to make sure that Christopher is taken care of in a way.
Yes.
So, or taking control of like the situation, but in Christopher's best interest, that actually does go with what Christopher wants as well.
When their interests align, right? Kind of thing. Yeah, and then Brittany said Buck's denim jacket, and hold on.
We clicked stuff at the same time. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. And then just because we're still on this topic, and Buck's denim jacket in 810 was also like Buck taking into consideration the right thing for Eddie to do was to go to El Paso to be with Chris. So that's kind of what denim means. Sorry.
Crenum.
Yes. So Meg says, I want Eddie to never forgive Buck's parents and vice versa, regardless of how they feel about their own parents. Yeah.
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 It's giving supportive partner. 100%. Always. Yep.
I mean, TJ and I, my partner and I, like lucked out in the in-law department. But you know, parents are parents. So they have moments. They have moments, and you know, sometimes we have to, when we get in the car and leave places, have each other's backs about the moments.
Oh boy.
How dare you hurt my favorite person? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, like they're gonna.
Yeah. Yep.
100%. I love that. I love
Okay,
that idea.
so let's talk about some of our favorite Eddie moments.
I mean, can we just say all of 201?
Yes.
Obviously. I mean, that's the obvious answer.
I was gonna come
But,
out the
like-
gate with a out of pocket thing.
Do it.
Bobby's, and he's like, "You're gonna look at me with 100-some bodies and tell me I'm not fit for duty."
The first one I thought of.
I don't know why I love it so much. I love when he's terrible like that, because it just speaks to me on a deep level.
He's evil.
Just being petty as fuck.
I mean, the first one I thought of was like, I'm familiar with the ordinance.
No one I served with was
201.
stupid enough to fucking get a grenade in their leg. He's so funny.
Also,
Maybe
you should go home.
Be silent.
Oh,
I want you to shut up. To Mark Pellegrino, Mark Fizzy Water.
mhm.
Busy water. Oh my god. He
Uh,
really loves telling people to shut up.
It's like his trademark. It's fantastic. Rock says, what do y'all think of Eddie getting mad at Buck with the lawyer thing, but not mad at his parents for the Chris situation?
They're different.
Yeah, it's like a completely different situation.
Let's be real.
because-
He was only mad at Buck because he couldn't talk to Buck and he needed Buck.
Yeah.
I don't think he was really even mad about the lawsuit.
The
It was
law-
just what the lawsuit was doing. Because he even wasn't like, I mean, we only get one mention about like throwing everyone under the bus. It was mostly just like, I couldn't talk. Chris misses you. I miss you. Like, you're not paying your child support. Like,
I couldn't even call you to get me out of jail.
still,
If that were a
was
thing,
that happened,
that
oh my
might
god,
have
he's
happened.
insane.
Yeah. So like it was.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sil.
No, I was just gonna say everything that like that Eddie's complaining about is just that he needed him for something. And
Exactly.
he
So
couldn't get to him. So
Yeah.
And then with his parents thing, I mean, I think that's a completely different situation because like he felt like he was in the wrong and like almost that he needed to punish himself for it. I think so. Like he I'm not sure would have been able to be angry at them before this. But I think very much like what we saw with Bobby in what was it, 8/11, with kind of like reconciling with his mom, even though like it doesn't really resolve anything. I think this is very similar to that, where it's like Eddie like recognizes and realizes that they were there for Chris when Chris needed them, and he's going to be grateful for that. But he's gonna put himself like in that more like parental
It's
role now.
also not to quote Buck Buckley, it's also easier to like be angry at the people that you know will be there. So like he knows that he can say fucking anything to Buck and he will like still be there. So
yeah. Here's a couple more entries into the favorite Eddie moments.
Yes, it's a gift.
And this one, a classic.
Mhm.
Thanks, Meg.
We had a parallel to that tonight. So interesting.
Uh-huh. So interesting. So many
Some
413
homoerotic sports fans.
which we saw similarly in Eddie's Uber last week. which I thought was interesting.
Well,
I mean,
think that
they're
was
obviously not the
homoerotic,
same.
but they were sports fans.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, it was. I connected that. They're not the same people, obviously, but
So, his ears work perfectly fine, Eddie. He can hear you. You're in the loft that echoes. He's hearing it like
it's
reverberated.
easy. He's not very fast. Also, the whole like he doesn't really build anything. He just likes to put this.
Looks like he just like send things together. Yeah.
And
Meg, just say all of his lines from the tsunami arc. I know you
start now. She probably can actually.
She has watched the tsunami arc enough times that we could probably get her into like a psych hold.
We wouldn't, but I'm just saying we could. All of his lines from all of them. Yes. All right, go. Challenge.
That's my friend Grace.
Can I get a birthday show? Okay. Alexandria, yes, this is one of his best lines. It's such a weird way to just say I'm in love with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So interesting.
So weird.
A happy birthday, Grace.
No.
Okay, well, happy birthday from the buddy system. Sachi says, go fuck yourself, I guess.
At least we remembered. Well, not we remember. We're wishing you a happy birthday.
Yeah, we didn't forget.
There we go.
Sachi never wished me happy birthday. Oh my god. No. We gotta kick her off this live. She hates me.
No, here's what happened. David texted me, "Is his birthday?" And I sent a screenshot in the chat and said, "Can you confirm?" And that was my way of saying happy birthday.
No.
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 Doesn't really count.
No.
It's funny.
Nope, we're on Grace's side here.
Yeah.
Team Grace. Wait, Tommy's gay? Do you think he was realizing that he was being courted when he says this?
I think so.
He might now. Eventually, when Buck isn't gonna tell him.
Can we kick Grace out?
This is an expose.
Oh my god.
Rock says Sachi's just like the 118. Listen, usually I think that's a compliment, but not today.
In this case, don't be like a man.
Yeah.
Don't be like a man.
Don't be like a man.
Yeah.
No offense, I'm straight. Did anyone ask?
Lies.
Did anyone ask?
No one asked. No one asked.
The dude just asked if he could sit there. So weird.
And you thought Kate wants to know what you're bouncing on. It's a ball.
Mm-hmm. It's a yoga ball.
Yoga ball.
That was a great view of my crotch. No one posts that anywhere.
This is going to be on YouTube forever, so
sorry. It's like when you meet someone and you just click, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was 100%.
He was foul for that.
Yeah.
He was.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
He was waiting. He was waiting in the wings for his moment to get back at him for... I feel like she really sees me. He was triggered and just waiting.
I will say, though, that I love the idea of him using Marisol for free babysitting, which, first of all, does a 13-year-old need to be babysat? Probably not.
No. He can be at home and play video games.
Right? But using his girlfriend as a babysitter to go on dates with this man.
Using his husband as a babysitter to go on a date.
Yeah. With the doppelganger of his dead wife.
Oh, I meant the like cardboard cutout
of himself.
Of himself.
And this is why he didn't realize
that is like the true gay experience.
Dating yourself.
You date someone who like looks or like personality, like you have a lot of stuff in common with. So they have all the like superficial, like masculine like macho coded stuff in common. Like
Mhm.
a lot in
Imagine
common.
Buck dating Buck. That would be horrible.
Well, that's
Yes,
what
it would.
Lucy kind of was.
Yes.
They kissed once. Doesn't count.
I think this is more, I mean, I feel like this is more of a like a gay thing than a bi thing. That's at least what media tells me. I'm not an expert because I am, as you can see, bi. Where am I? Here we go. Yes. But media tells me that this is an experience.
That
Media
people
and
have.
social media tell me that this is a somewhat.
I really did
experience.
think Freddie Fakeman was gonna be an Eddie doppelganger.
Oh, and that Buck was going to
Yeah.
fuck him.
Yeah.
I 100%
100%.
thought that for 10 full seconds. I was like, are we really doing this crazy thing?
Now
then
that
they-
doppelgangers are canon, I need
Oh,
them.
yeah.
I need more of them to come.
Well, we have thoughts about we have thoughts about that regarding hot shots. I do just want to share Rock's one of Rock's favorite Eddie lines is "You know you matter to me." A late entry into the Hall of Fame.
Night Meg, love you.
Night Meg, love
Night
you.
Meg.
Yeah, we'll rewatch tomorrow.
Yay.
We could rewatch with Syl and Rachel because Rachel doesn't work on Fridays anymore. She's free.
Tomorrow's Friday.
But she still wakes up at 4 p.m.
I know.
I have not at all this week. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Did your cruise fuck up your sleep schedule?
A little bit.
That's
But
good.
my dad was like, because I have some like art commissions that I have to work on. So I'm like, how am I going to do that and the podcast? Because and so he's like, if you go to bed at like a normal time, like 2, and wake up at like
Instead of like
10 or
7 or
11.
8, I'll be waking up for work. Like I said goodnight to her at like 2 or 3 a.m. I wake up for work.
I'm
She's
still awake.
still awake.
Yeah. Well, on Wednesdays when our episodes come out, I have to like
Thursdays?
Thursdays, not Wednesday.
God.
No, I meant Wednesday nights. I have to stay up.
Prepping for the thing.
Prepping so I can get our like Spotify link, which doesn't come out until like 5 a.m. so I can put it in all of our social medias. So that I have to be up for.
Well, we can change that.
Yeah.
So we could put it like 4 or 3.
That is also true. Thank you, Whoop. You're just like me. Sometimes we're nocturnal, and that's fine. It is fine. Thank you very much for your validation. I appreciate it. We're just like little vampires. Anyways,
You're like me, and you sleep 12 hours and then take a 2-hour nap.
Oh my god. Are you always like
wanna
this,
be
or is
that
this
way.
a pregnancy thing?
It's a pregnancy thing. I usually
Okay.
sleep like
That's
12 to 8, but I've
Okay.
been suffering.
That's fair.
You need more sleep, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh no, my computer's about to die.
You're sleeping for 2.
We could get an Uber. Was this foreshadowing?
I'm choosing to believe yes. And part of me thinks that it actually is.
I really need to like know the stuff that we think is like foreshadowing and like on purpose, how much of that is actually on purpose.
Yeah. I love thinking about that stuff because it really could go either way with the show and showrunners and writers, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Chris, I'm nervous about what's going to happen in future episodes that's going to destroy Eddie's foundation. What does that mean? Well, what is his foundation, would you say? Also, love your profile picture.
Ooh, good choice.
Also, what's going on with Syl and Sachi?
I don't know. Oh, are they invisible now? Okay. I'm not on the soundboard. I mean,
so I think his foundation, if you will, is compet.
Oh, I was gonna say like his foundation is Chris.
That's not his foundation.
No, but
that's his life. His foundation as a person of the person he's constructed is compulsory heterosexuality. That literally is his foundation.
Yeah. So it's like,
So that's what I think that means.
But he did that interview before they started filming 16, so we know it's coming up in the next 2 episodes.
I'm
Right?
so confused.
or just like in
about
general.
what the fuck is happening, which is fine. I like to not know what's happening. I would love to never have a repeat of the season 7 finale where we just knew everything that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was less fun.
Yeah. So like I'll take being confused over that, but like could we not film a potential major character death
In
in
public.
broad daylight on one of the busiest streets of LA?
Surely it's not.
I know it's not, but like past us did not. And we were supposed to record that night, and instead we had a full fucking mental breakdown. Had to record the next night.
It
Yeah.
was an ongoing breakdown, but at least we gathered ourselves enough.
Should I
Rock
pull a
said I was
card for
thinking
Bobby?
What?
Should I pull a card for Bobby?
yes,
Yes.
please. And if it's death, I'm going to
And if it's the hangman, I don't want to see it.
No, I'm using an oracle deck. It's not tarot.
Okay,
So like, I don't know.
Don't chance it.
I know. I'm like, I don't like that. Rock said they were thinking Eddie's foundation is his family, like his parents. I mean,
Well,
I think
that's a very literal interpretation. It could be. I mean, here's my thing. If Eddie, who is going to be gay, happens while he's in Texas and they find out, I do not think they're gonna like that.
no.
They don't approve of him getting like sugary sports drinks.
But they let him ballroom dance.
I don't know. But like the whole
They're old.
the whole like destroy Eddie's foundation sort of thing is like so much of this of Eddie's journey throughout the seasons has been to kind of like break down like the expectation of him and the unseen.
Oh my god, is he actually getting buried alive?
Is he actually invisible?
Wait, let's look it up.
Okay, well, you're doing that. So much of Eddie's journey has been to like break down all of this like preconceived notion about him, you know, especially when they're bringing up like, you know, Eddie has a silver star, so he's a hero, and all of this stuff, like basically that we saw from the jump with 201 with like all of his reputation preceding him sort of stuff. So if you take away all of his identity, which is attached to that, which we've seen this season, everything has been taken away. So they took Chris away. So that was like his identity as a father was taken away. His identity as a firefighter has been taken away. Like just completely.
The only thing that's left is his identity as a straight man. I'm so sorry. They've taken everything else.
That is literally the only
And they're already
thing left.
He left LA and everyone's calling him gay. Like
like but
except for Buck.
The thing is we are starting to see it build back up. So like now that he has Chris back, he's going to build up his identity. He has to figure out who Eddie is, and I think he's on the way to doing that by standing up to his parents, by asserting himself as Chris's father and not like a friend or a buddy or anything like that. So I think we will also see him, you know, build. We keep using the same phrase where like he has to hit rock bottom and then go 40 feet.
Yeah.
In the well. So I think he's getting there. I think he's hit rock bottom and he's like trying to climb a little bit more. I think something else is going to happen, and it's going to be an NDE. I don't know if it's going to be an Eddie NDE, a Chris NDE, both together separately. I don't know, but something to kind of like solidify Eddie's identity of who he is outside of all of that stuff. I would really like to hear about your oracle card now. I'm so sorry.
Okay, this confirms coma dream. Are you ready? The
Yes.
unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it yet. It sees us. Watching and waiting with wisdom both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit it, and then doubt its existence, though it rallies our attention time and time again. The energy of the unseen may come in many forms. A compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision, or message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications as they challenge our perception of what is real.
Is Shannon literally gonna be like, "You're gay"?
Stop.
When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between worlds is ajar. Listen. The sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers.
Bro, what the
That
fuck?
is crazy work. Stop. That is absolutely giving Eddie unconscious coma dream sort of situation.
Yeah, and then he sees Bobby, and Bobby is like this spiritual figure in
Yeah.
his dream who guides him. Yeah.
Like he was like Bobby was for Buck.
Yes.
Also during that coma.
Yes, because he's both of their dads. That's
Mhm.
his father-in-law.
Especially
Eddie's his favorite
because
child.
Bobby and Eddie are such a parallel.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
like
gonna lead him.
if Bobby dies, where does that lead Eddie? To like a death and then maybe a rebirth, like you were saying?
Mm-hmm. Because I did pull that one too.
Mm-hmm. That's so interesting. Rock has a theory. I would love to hear it. Eventually. When you type it in there.
I'll
But no,
just go
I'm
through
looking
some of
for
these
it,
lines really
so.
quick while we're waiting.
Yeah.
This
me, I'm
isn't
sorry.
my puke. At least I don't think so. I love Bachelor Party Eddie so much. We need to see him drunk more.
He's so free and joyful.
I'll
Oh my
just be over
God.
here then thinking by myself, go team.
Go team. I love Treasure Hunt.
I
Good
love
episode.
Jealous Eddie so much. I need to see him again.
Yes, please.
I need him to find out about Buck
Time.
hooking up with Tomato in his home. I need it.
I just read the Ring camera fic. It was very
Which
good.
one?
There's more than one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know which one. It was like motion. There's more motion at your doorstep or something like that.
Well, yeah. That's the whole premise, but there's several of them.
No, that was the title.
Oh. Is it the one where he's like calling and interrupting the hookups? Yeah.
Yeah, that one was fun.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, Rock's theory so far. What if Eddie and Chris go to a basketball game? Oh, I like where this is going. And they get into an accident on the way, and Eddie coma happens. And then we get what they were filming the other day, and that's why Buck was crying. It is very possible. Listen, they're
like he's dealing with this biological weapon thing, and then he gets a call that Eddie's in the hospital.
Oh my God.
I would love to see that.
Kind of.
Yeah, because you know what would happen then? The will.
The
will.
The well.
We need
will.
the will to be brought up. It doesn't have to be brought up in this way. It could just be talked about. I need someone to talk about it who isn't.
I need someone to tell Maddie.
I need her to find out
and be like,
that might be her last straw.
That will be
her last straw. I just need her to be like, do you hear the words that are coming out of your own mouth? She doesn't have to say you're in love with Eddie, but she can be like, repeat that back to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Which, we know that she's very aware of this stuff because of that deleted Abby parallel, that deleted line that Tim regretted, with having Maddie.
And the way that Buck's response to that was to still not even realize the the parallel and the similarities in being
Mm.
left by a romantic interest in his straight best friend.
Mhm. I don't know
He's
what
so-
isn't clear about that. Like, who gave
So
the notes to be like,
dumb.
nobody's gonna get this.
Passionate.
Rock. Oh, whoop says they love your hair color, Sachi. It is very
Oh,
cute.
thank you.
It is.
And it matches your glasses, or your
Thank you.
glasses match your hair perfectly. And Rock is also saying, but Buck is going to tell Eddie's parents, Chris is coming with me, and he's not going to be playing with them. There, and that would be great, but I'd still want, like, that would be like a perfect opportunity for Eddie to have like a confrontation, like a Buck begins confrontation, but they can't if he's unconscious.
I don't know that he's gonna have a confrontation with them.
I don't
beyond
any more
that
than
they didn't do it here.
no.
'Cause
This is
thought
what we got, and I'm happy
well,
with it.
I mean, okay, I guess that the point in which it could come up is when he decides to move back to LA. It could happen then.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but honestly, like, if this is what we get, I am very pleased with it. Like, it worked out well.
I still need. Oh my god. At this point, though, here's my thing. Not only does I could be gaslighting myself, but it just seems like all of the clues that we're putting together that it tracks for an unconscious dream. It doesn't have to be a coma, whatever. Some sort of unconscious dream state. And I really think that not only does it make sense, at this point we need it.
Yeah.
We need it for Gay Eddie arc, because how else are we getting there?
What is gonna bonk him on the head enough?
How else are we getting there? Like, Buck needed a coma dream to tell him to have self-worth. So
I could see Chris bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
he could.
Like, not being like, Dad, I think you're gay, but being like, Dad, what's wrong with you? Buck is right there.
The one thing
Like,
I
you
will
have
say, the
issues
one
with
thing that I
women.
will be disappointed if we don't get mentioned at some point. I mean, I guess he doesn't even have to talk about it with Chris. This could be his spiritual, like, if we get Shannon in the coma dream, he's gotta, the fucking Shannon guilt. We've got to bury that shit.
Like, actually
bury it, because it was buried alive. Still alive.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Bobby.
Hi again, Vera. They
Hey,
could
Vera. Welcome back, Sil.
they could get
What are we talking
another-
about?
Well, we're talking about
unconscious
the
theory.
coma dream. Or basically just being like, how do we get Gay Eddie?
Getty.
How do we get Getty? How do we get him out of the closet? Your face.
out of the coffin.
I don't know. I still want to know if we're gonna have more scenes with him and his parents, because like that ballroom thing, I don't know. There's lots to build with that.
Unpack there.
Yeah, or unpack. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rock is saying also with their theory about having Eddie's mom and dad there, and I think talking about like Will mentions. I would love to see a Will mention, like, even if they discuss it in like the unconscious, like coma, whatever it is,
Yeah, even if Shannon even
So
if,
like,
sorry, I was just gonna say, even if Shannon is the one to like bring it up in the
Shannon?
coma dream, if she's there.
why is Shannon in this?
You missed the oracle card reading.
Oh Lord. I thought she's dead. I thought she was buried.
Well, she's
coming
not.
back as
That's
a
what we're
spirit
talking about.
guide.
She's not buried because he hasn't dealt with the guilt. Go ahead.
I mean, all I was gonna. This is completely, I guess, off topic now, but
Doesn't matter.
like I was like, do you think that Helena and Ramon are just gonna let Chris leave like that? You think like that's it? Think it's over?
They have a choice.
I mean, it could be, but I think the only way we're gonna see him confront his parents further and in a worse way would be if they
Try to stop.
try to stop him.
Yeah. Which
I
like I
I
could
don't want to watch.
I don't either.
no, but I could see that happening if like Eddie goes back to LA to help with whatever emergency is happening. And something happens and then like has this epiphany and goes back to Texas to like tell Chris, because he would tell him, he wouldn't ask anymore. He would say like, we're going back home, you know, and then there would be kind of a fight. I could see that, but I also don't think that's what they're gonna do.
I think the only way they could even do, because like she would just be like, you're gonna uproot him again, because the only way to really make it make sense and mean anything narratively is to have them be nuclear about it. And I don't think that they're gonna do it with like, they're not gonna have him be the person who cuts his parents off,
No.
because culturally that just like doesn't make
and
sense.
because of Chris does still love his grandparents, but like they're just being overbearing. Rock says, I could see Eddie going back because Buck needs him back to LA. I think you mean. Yeah, and we saw in a couple of those interviews, Ryan said, I think last week, that like it would take a big event for Eddie to go back to
almost
LA
like a 2-part thriller event that has its own fucking name. We should have asked Meg when she was here if like they've ever
if they've done it before.
I'll ask her tomorrow.
Yeah. Because that's so interesting. Because
Vera,
like they didn't even name the cruise ship arc.
Like,
you know,
as far as I can remember, in season 7 and season 8, they haven't named
the
emergency events.
No, it's always been like fan referenced stuff.
Yes.
But
Vera has a shower thought.
Those are the best ones.
They are.
Yeah.
Buck has been basically giving all this advice to Eddie for Chris. I'm wondering if Eddie would ever tell Buck he helped him get Chris back when they are back in LA. I mean, of course, he said thanks for helping me get back to him when he left. So we could see something similar to that when he gets back there.
Totally. I absolutely would believe that.
I was just thinking, I don't know how it would exactly play out like in character, but I would like to see like the opposite of that actually. And just have like Buck being like, thank you for coming back to me. Thank you for bringing Chris back to me, because like no one ever comes back except for Maddie.
Yeah.
Like everyone who leaves him is gone.
Yeah, but to have also Maddie and Eddie be like the people that come back to him, and also because Maddie and Eddie are just like so paralleled so often, that's really interesting too. So I mean, like, we know he's gonna come back.
Well, duh.
It's just a matter of how, when, and how traumatic it's going to be.
He doesn't like Texas. He got there and he was like, it's fucking hot here. There are dead animals everywhere. I hate it.
He's just like me.
Yeah, for real.
I hate being sweaty and
yes.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Like, I haven't been to Texas, but we have bad humidity here. So I've been to LA, so I know what the difference is.
I went to Alabama last year. Worst vacation of my life.
Oh no.
The food was bad. The air was bad.
Oh no.
Wait, where?
Alabama.
Oh.
So sorry if anyone's here from Alabama.
Bobby. It's not for me.
Yeah. Syl and I know about heat and humidity. Being resident Floridians.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys deal with
Were
that around.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Violation warning. Your live is flagged for harassment and bullying. Repeated violations could result in your live being discontinued.
Who are we bullying?
Is this because of Grady?
No.
Please.
TikTok is so sensitive. my god.
Oh man.
Interesting.
What was it that I said earlier that you were like, you're gonna get us banned? I don't even remember.
Well, we're not going to say it again.
You could type it in the private chat.
I don't remember what it was. Like, even if I did, I'm not saying it.
I bring chaos everywhere I go.
You do. Vera, I live in Iowa. It was hot this week and blizzarding last week. I hate it here. Yeah.
Confusing.
Yeah, I do not envy people who live in the Midwest. I really don't. Shit be crazy there.
Oh yeah. This is a good point though, Vera. Like the Diaz parents are gonna be insufferable now that Chris is out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
There will probably be more fights. I could see that too.
You could see more passive aggressiveness and more comments like we saw in
Mhm.
this episode.
Mhm.
The fact that they showed up. Listen, I know we write and fic all the time that like Buck shows up with food when Eddie's cooking, or like that's different.
Yeah.
That's like out of love. This is your parent just like assuming that like you
It'd be a
can't
bad
do
fit.
anything. He can't do anything correctly for himself or for his son.
Yeah. And they don't
Yeah.
even give him an opportunity to try.
just
They
don't-
never have.
They
just don't
literally see
share.
him as a failure.
Yeah.
They just don't give a shit about him.
It,
I really don't think they
insane.
do.
Them Rock is like them cooking on FaceTime together. Next step, falling asleep on FaceTime. I mean, that's pretty close to canon in my opinion. Like that's
It's canon adjacent.
that's they are on the phone with each other at all times.
They're so codependent. Of course they are.
Absolutely. And then Rock also asked what episode we will be officially back in LA. I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
I don't know anything anymore.
I'm just going where the story takes us.
Moved back into the house and they were roommates. Is that what you mean?
They say
17.
officially back in LA. So I guess like permanently. I suppose
18.
18
Yeah.
or 17.
I think end of 17, beginning of 18, Chris NDE, Eddie feelings realization.
I'm still going with that too. And the last shot of 8/18 is just like that lingering shot that we've kind of been seeing for Buck.
Eddie who thinks
But
he's
on
in
Eddie.
unrequited love.
I really think that.
Siri,
Or
was
I
not
want it really
talking to
badly,
you.
but-
She's looking up unrequited love.
Who?
Siri.
We don't need to look it up. We have an example, right? With this.
My God.
Oh wait, unrequited? No, I meant like requited, unrequited.
Wait, can I say something controversial?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I think Maddie, Josh, and Tommy should have a group chat solely dedicated to talking about Eddie.
But Maddie hates Tommy. That's the problem
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I think she would like
Get the
deal with
tea
it.
and then like
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
she would utilize him as a plot device to help further the realization along, but I don't think she's like being like, oh my God, I'm so like, I don't think she's like kikiing with it. She fucking hates that man.
No, but I
She's
think
just sending screenshots to Chimney.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
I don't think so. I don't think she talks to Chimney about this.
No.
I think
Because
everyone
Chimney wouldn't be able
knows,
to
but
keep
I don't
his
think
mouth shut.
anyone talks to each other about it. I think there's knowing glances. I think the only people who do actually talk about it with each other are Hen and Karen.
Yeah.
Because they're tired.
No one wants to be the one to bring it up first.
Well, no. And like Chimney, no one can like, Maddie's like, I can't talk to Chimney about it because if like I'm telling him something and it's like, I know, then he's going to know a secret and then he's going to tell everyone. But Chimney has eyes, so he knows.
Yeah.
But also could see Chimney being the only one like genuinely gobsmacked about Buck and Eddie getting together.
I don't know. It could go so many ways.
You never know with him.
Yeah, that one's a wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chimney's the wild card because he's like very astute, but he also like trusts too much sometimes. So I think he could very easily be like, nope, what I see is what I see.
Yeah.
That's it. Look at how he reacted to Buck and Tommy. Who? Chimney?
The way that Maddie gaslit him.
Oh, with Chimney being like, that Tommy's
that a
so
thing?
cool, and
No, but like when he's recovering and they're getting married,
Mhm.
like, and he's still in the
Oh.
hospital bed, and he's like, "Were Buck and Tommy a thing before this happened?"
right.
And she's like, "Yeah," basically like, "Yeah, unfortunately," but she didn't say, "But you didn't know." So she just lets him think that he forgot about it.
Yeah. Incredible. C. Borgium. If you have a name that you would like to be addressed as, just let us know. Over on TikTok says, I know it's a trope, but I love the idea of them betting on it. It's canon. The 118 does that. That is one of my favorite canon tropes about them having a betting pool.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love that trope.
Hen would be the ringleader for that because she was the last time with Bobby Begins Again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they would absolutely.
How much money do you think is in that pool at this point? Who's in on it?
All of B Shift.
Oh my god.
All of B Shift. And Hen. I don't know the rest of the rest of A Shift, but like
Neither do they.
B Shift is in on it 100%.
I would fucking hate working at this fire station. I'd be
my
like,
God.
this is such a high school clique. Like, how do they get away with all these things and they still have a job?
How mad do you think Robbie is having to be switched to a different shift to take Eddie's spot?
Oh,
And
well,
be Buck's
annoying
partner.
because he is not getting called Ravi ever. Also, because he's getting switched to the curse shift. Like, my favorite headcanon is that, like, whenever he comes back, he's like, guys, I love being on B shift because nothing weird happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these weird, you guys are constantly almost dying. None of that shit happens when I'm on B shift. Like, I don't want to be here.
He leaves after the two-parter.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
He's like-
sick of this.
He was like, I don't want to be here with all your drama, not only on the job, but like your personal drama that you're constantly like
Right.
just talking about while we're trying. I love him in 705. He's just like, who's Tommy? Oh, I'm going in the sewer.
Like I'm gonna
and they're having this whole like that's when Eddie
Love
drops the
that,
like,
yeah.
you know, it's just when you click with someone, he's like, hey guys.
Ravi feels so invisible so often, and I feel so bad.
Poor people's
Oh.
princess, Ravi.
I also like that Buck's advice amounted to get in touch with your dominant side. C. Borgium says.
Just say C.
C.
Stop torturing yourself.
C also says, I like that Buck's advice amounted to get in touch with your dominant side. I mean, it kind of was. It was like, you know, it was Buck saying, be like the authoritative, like take charge, like competent guy that I know that you can be. And Buck is the only one that thinks that. Oh my God.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yes.
Yeah.
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 Bonus points if someone from the 118 like, comes across it.
No, that would
And
be
that's how
Chimney.
they find out that they hooked up.
Uh-huh.
That would be Chimney.
Extra.
Well, we know
extra
Maddie is on Reddit.
Oh yeah.
It's a Buckley family trait to like.
I love Reddit fics.
Me too.
They are a staple. I also will die on the hill that Tommy is a gay for Trump member.
And you'll never be proven wrong about that.
I won't. So I'm right.
Rock says, I'm really here for the Chris NDE and it being the catalyst for Buddy Feelings talk. I think it's a distinct possibility. I think, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
The slow
That's
cooker
the-
being a metaphor for their
Bro,
slow burn.
they're
Theory on the
literally
street.
like slapping us in the face with this shit at this point. Like,
Yeah. Pretty much. But to what Rock said about a Chris NDE, I'm like, I also feel like that could go into now confirmed season 9 sort of thing. So like if they don't have like have a talk about it yet in season 8, because I don't think they would, that could be pushed into
I don't
into
want
9.
a Chris NDE in season 9 because that sets a precedent that theme isn't just for season 8. So we need to do it in season 8. He needs to have the feelings
I
realization.
understand. Yeah.
Then we need the Buddy opening like emergency.
Yeah.
It can be a Buddy Bethina one. I know they love to put Bethina in the opening emergency because it's Peter Krause and Angela Bassett. I'll accept that. But listen, your best
Then we'll
opening
get good
emergency, not just like fandom opinion, actual ratings opinion, is the tsunami arc. And why? Because it's a Buck emergency. So, and you've never done an Eddie opening emergency. So I'm just saying, if they set this up the way that we think and hope they're going to this season,
Totally possible. Oh, bye, Whoop. See you later.
bye, Whoop. Night
They're hopping.
or morning, wherever you are.
Night.
They're stream hopping.
I'm gonna hop too because I need to sleep.
Yeah, you
for
do need to
12
sleep.
Yes,
hours.
go sleep.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks for
Talk to
joining
you.
us.
Thank you for
Yeah,
joining
this
us. That was
was
so
fun.
fun.
Bye.
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 I don't know how to get out of here. Hold on.
No one knows
Every
how to work
time.
technology.
Every time.
I'm
Oh
so
my
glad
god,
it's
I
not
love
just
it.
us.
Hmm?
I'm so glad it's not just us who struggle with being like, how do we end this
Yeah.
every single time?
Oh my god.
I don't know why Vera's yelling, "Get your feelings on track," but yes,
Yeah.
No, I love
That's at Eddie, at Buck.
at both of them.
both.
I just need them to be aware. I just need them to be aware.
Pining and awareness. Or
I need them to
aware,
both be aware so that we
pining.
can have the pining in 9.
Yeah.
Pine 9.
Pine 9. Oh,
Pine
Oh,
9.
there we go.
my brain is so like about
Season
Vera's
Pine 9. We got it.
What?
We
Sounds like you
cracked the
wanna say
code. It's not
pineapple.
season 9. It's season Pine 9.
Pine 9.
Like instead
Okay.
of pining, it's Pine 9.
Oh yeah, Vera's previous comment was why. But like that whole slow cooker being a metaphor for their slow burn.
Yeah, that's
That's really, oh my
They're
god.
insane.
I love that so much.
Can we talk about that deleted or the redacted fucking will they won't they from the Deadline article?
Yeah, that is very interesting.
Listen, that's suspicious.
Because Deadline
Because
always
textually, watching the show, especially the season, it makes sense to say that. The fact that you removed it.
No, but it's interesting too because Deadline is like a pretty like unbiased, like one of the news, like entertainment news sources.
Yeah.
And like they have editors and things don't go up without being like looked through. And so that was approved. And then to have that be taken out later is very interesting. And I'm just like, what? So let's hypothesize a little bit. What would be the impetus for them to
The,
do that.
on like the surface, like I feel like they just maybe weren't supposed to say that.
But I don't
it's-
think
but
they
it's-
know any more than we do. And
That's
especially,
also
like,
true.
I don't even think 911 knows because they're filming things so close to the chest. Like, so I don't know what information they would have that.
But it's
like-
also like that's kind of a factual read,
It
like
is a factual
interpretation
read.
Mhm.
of
I
like
don't
the will they won't
know-
they, especially with last episode, and just like, is Buck in love with Eddie? Like they talked about it in the episode. Like that's a fair thing for them to, I think, kind of mention, unless maybe it was ABC coming to like a rep from ABC saying like, hey, we didn't like that, take it out.
Which would just be a request,
Uh-huh.
not requirement.
But like what would the reason for that be if that's like, if they're leaning in that direction anyways, and it's
I
like
don't
that's what's going to help get like ratings and stuff.
I have no idea. It's just
Well-
suspicious.
It's so weird.
Yeah, that is suspicious.
It draws more attention to it than if they had just left it. Is
Mhm.
my thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's always what happens.
Like, so somewhere someone is writing an article about a Deadline article,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is so funny.
Oh,
But yeah,
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna read Rock's comment. When Eddie comes out, he's going to listen to the Beyonce Renaissance album. Taste.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Is
only
it a-
reason Oh, go ahead.
Just go.
Oh, I was gonna say the only reason I would say no was because like it's hard to be so very in the episode that you are also directing, but also the vision would be visioning 100%. What were you gonna say, Syl? I'm sorry.
That's okay. Nothing. Actually, you know what? Mm-mm. Never mind.
Okay.
This is not going to happen while he's in El Paso. So.
No.
But we do need a situation where like they all go.
They need to all go to Pride. But,
Yeah.
like, they don't like to do like summer things. Even though the timeline this season's so fucking weird.
Apparently it's like January. I don't know.
They took Chris in May, right at the end of May in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
June, July, August, September,
It's 8
October,
months.
November, December, January.
Because they said after Christmas.
That makes me want to cry.
Uh-huh. It's so long. But it's also interesting because it's not really like consistent to current time, which is interesting too, because I know they usually like to do that. But
So, Vera, I was thinking about this, but I only wanted if it's silly goofy because the first thing I thought was like tragedy, and I was like, I do not need gay tragedy.
No.
Eddie Diaz, like stuck in the closet, is enough of a gay tragedy for me.
mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. No, it needs to be like literally joyful if they ever do that. Just fun. Kind of like
Mhm.
almost the vibe of like a Jinx, right? Episode.
Hmm.
Like that
That
kind of
could be
vibe where it's
funny.
like
Yeah.
where it's like silly, goofy,
Yeah.
happy. That's it.
Drag brunch moment. That would be
Oh my
cute.
god. That would be so fun. I don't think they would do that. For
Do you know what would be funny?
gay
Like
stuff,
if they
but-
ever do like a gay event, they would be obsessed with Bobby.
Oh my god. Yeah. Because they would be like, that's father. Oh, Rock says the advice Hen gave Archie is the advice Eddie was taking along with Bucks. No, that is absolutely what was happening in
Yeah.
this whole episode of like being invisible, because like Eddie was feeling invisible to like his parents, but also to
He's
to
feeling
Chris,
invisible as a parent.
and invisible as a parent to himself.
Yeah.
And you know, with Hen being the one to see Archie, and it very much so, because Hen was offering this advice to Archie and she was like, I see you. Meanwhile, that is mirroring Buck giving Eddie advice, and they didn't have to say it, but it's basically Buck being like, I see you, which is also like a lovely thing, because that is so tied to Buck's experience as well. Like the whole Buck Actually episode with the whole like, see me, Norman. And that was like one of the main things about like being seen. Right. And it, Buck brings up the whole idea of being seen like so much. It's great.
Kat Pettibone tweeted like screenshots of them having the FaceTime. It says, Eddie spent months cowering over what to do about Chris and his parents, and Buck says, Dad up once, and all his problems are solved. Eddie Diaz, wake up challenge.
Challenge accepted.
That's your husband.
I know.
What are you doing?
And every time Buck gives Eddie advice for something, Eddie's like, got it, and does it immediately. There's no like waffling about it.
Is Buck in the kitchen for every single one of these FaceTimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is basically just another kitchen conversation, which is where
so interesting.
They like have their heart to hearts every time, even 800 miles away. Oh man, I do love that so much. And it's also like, especially like, because we know Buck is cooking or baking or whatever, but to also have Eddie doing that too, it's just like, if only they were in the same vicinity.
Sorry, this is so off topic, but Miko tweeted. I'm assuming when the renewal announcement came out, 911 having a 9/11 episode is going to be the funniest day on the internet, depending on the plot, because I will be posting pictures of those towers.
Oh no, we hadn't thought about this yet. What are they gonna do?
I know that we were like, you have to have season 9 at the very least, because you need episode 9/11. But we didn't. We always forget about the 9/11 implication.
Oh, Twitter account 911 struggles is gonna go crazy then. Can't wait. Watch this space. Yes,
my God.
kitchen theory. It's real.
Can you see this?
What? No.
It's like the burn
is it
book.
Helena in the burn book? Don't trust this. Oh my God, for real. That's so funny.
Yeah, I need to see at least one more scene. I mean, I guess we're going to, because he's still in Texas, so I'm assuming we're going to see his parents again at least.
Yeah,
and a couple more scenes.
I would think that's pretty safe.
But like, they've been doing nasty work in this whole thing, and I just feel like I need a little bit more from that.
Like some sort of closure for Eddie.
Yeah, because he stood up for his kid. I need him to stand up for himself.
And this was the first step.
He's always going to stand up for Chris before he stood up for himself.
Of course. Yeah. But that's going to help put him in like a better headspace to be able to do that for himself.
Miko is a villain.
That's so funny.
Miko is one of the funniest people on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever serious. He's great.
It's hard to tell. Rock says, I'm tired of Texas.
So was Eddie.
Listen, so was Eddie and Christopher.
Get Christopher out of there. Get Eddie out of the glass closet. Get Christopher out of Texas.
That's all we gotta do. It's going to happen by the end of the season. It's going to. It has to, because Tim always likes to build things back up before he tears them down in like a season opener sort of situation. So I have faith that we're gonna see them back in LA. Vera says, my thoughts are when Eddie leaves for LA, he's gonna have that moment with his parents where he's gonna be real with them.
Oh, and then leave?
Like a
That
drop the
seems-
mic moment.
That seems like an Eddie thing to do.
Yeah. Like drop the mic, bye, like peace out. I
But see,
absolutely
like my thing is he taking Christopher or not?
When
He's
he
gonna
goes
have to
back
leave.
originally, I don't know. Like, it depends how emergent the situation is. If it's an emergent thing and he needs to be there helping, he might leave Chris. But if it's like if he's moved Chris back in and he doesn't want Chris to be with his parents anymore, then he might take him home.
Mhm.
But like Carla isn't there. I mean, I guess Peppa's there. Peppa can help. He's also 14, so he can be home alone. The 118 extended family can help take care of him, I guess. While he's helping in the emergency. I don't know.
I mean,
I
my thought is that like if there's an emergency, Eddie would go and not bring Chris into something that would be like potentially dangerous, right? Especially if it's part of Eddie's support and Chris's support system that's in danger. He's not going to do that. He knows that Chris will be safe and cared for with Helena and Ramon, so he would leave them there. And this would just be like a temporary thing. And then he would come back later, like once everything is more settled, and come back for Chris, and they would like move back in. Rock's like, he needs to take Chris, and we need that Chris NDE. I mean, I think it's gonna happen at some point, but I don't know also then if like it'll be a kind of 1-2 punch where like Eddie's trying to help out over in LA, and then Chris ends up and he's like safe. Chris is like safe with his grandparents, and then something bad happens.
I rebuke that.
Because
take that back.
I don't want that, but I know we've seen so many of like the kid NDEs this season where like
what would be the narrative purpose of him having an NDE with his grandparents?
I don't know. I'm just
saying to drive the point home that he's safer with Eddie.
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah. And you know what? Buck can go with him this time. That's how they get involved. And the will can be mentioned. I don't know how. I don't know. I just have it in my head. I have the fic in my head.
I can jive with that.
I can read the fic. I think I would much rather the thing that I keep saying happen. Which is tired of the grandparents.
I know.
I'm in Texas, so I would like it to be like, oh yay, we're happy, we're safe for home, everything's getting back the way that it should be, and then Chris has an NDE, and then Eddie and Buck are both there for it, and
I mean that is the ideal scenario.
Help save him, and that's when the feelings realization happens. Because we talked about this, and I forget which episode, but I think it was the episode 9 and 10 special, and we were talking. No. Fuck. I don't remember. One of our most recent episodes, we were talking about what if scenarios, and I was like, Eddie absolutely would have had a feelings realization if he had been there during the tsunami. Like, I don't think there's any way he could have watched Buck fight for his kid like that.
No.
And not realize. So that's kind of why I'm like on this train. I think it would get him there.
I'm on multiple trains. I don't know where I'm going. I could be going in a circle.
I mean, we all are. Not just my preferred.
Like I said, it's ideal. It's just that what if it happens in Texas?
It could.
I don't know. I just think like still you did have a point of like that he is safer with Eddie. But there's just been so much emphasis on like the kid NDEs of the parent not being there And I know Eddie would feel like so stretched thin with like, you know.
But one of the parents has been there for all of them.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's so much foreshadowing and we haven't seen the end of it. So it could mean anything.
Oh, it could.
Except for that kid. Except for the kid that was stuck in the, like, I think it was like the pipe for the pool, you know.
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, both of his parents were there.
The well redux.
Oh, the
They weren't
well?
there
The well one?
to witness it.
Yeah, they weren't there to witness it, but Vera says train has not left the station.
It's exploded in the station. My brain.
Pretty much.
Okay, so my question now is Bobby dying. Allegedly dying. Do we still think this is a coma dream or not, or it's real? I think it's real. But I mean, no. He's being buried alive.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Oh,
I think that part's real.
He's being buried alive in the episode.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that's what's actually happening in real life.
Rock also thinks it's a coma dream. I'm
gonna be writing for that coma dream.
I want
until it airs. It to me, the narrative is the thing that's making me think it, because it doesn't make sense
otherwise. Exactly.
Why are we burying him alive?
But yeah,
except for like an Eddie parallel.
Who of all the like burying alive like parallels been for? It's mostly been for Eddie. Like that fucking guy today.
Yeah,
was an Eddie parallel.
Mm-hmm.
He was buried alive with people fucking on top of him. Oh, what happened earlier? A couple episodes ago?
Which one?
The lady, right?
Oh, yeah. The
but I was
lady
talking
in the
about.
garden.
I was making a joke about how Buck slept with Tommy in Eddie's room.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, I feel like that could be like a greater parallel, like a very vague one. I can connect those strings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's interesting. That's weird, but I could make that work.
That's weird.
Yes.
I mean, I'm fully prepared to turn on the episode, watch it, and have it just be what it is and not a coma dream, because I always prepare myself.
Yeah, but I would hate it.
I would probably.
I mean, it's still fine because he's being buried alive. So,
well, no, never mind. Yeah, he'd still be alive. So, like, better.
He will be alive, but I just
don't understand the whole
doing.
The rest of it. Then, you know,
all of it's just so weird and just so off that's why I'm like,
it's like surrealist.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Because like it is literally a nightmare.
Yeah. And we already know.
And we had Buck saying, your nightmare already
came true.
Yeah.
I really think that's...
So this is going to be his nightmare that doesn't relate to Chris. Because he solved that, but everything else is fucked up.
Yeah, so like, it's the rest of his identity that he has to unearth, right?
Jesus.
What? Sorry.
No,
the rest of his identity that he has to unearth.
Oh.
Vera, I'm kind of, and I'm in the same boat. As long as Bobby is alive, I don't care what happens, but I'm sure they'll pull it together.
Yeah, overall, as long as he's alive. Listen, I'm convinced he's alive. There's no.
There's no.
I don't even think I have that 0.1% doubt in my mind anymore.
No. Listen, Peter Krause just needed a day off. That's all. He put in PTO. It's okay.
Yeah. I just think it makes sense because like we haven't. When's the last time we had an Eddie A plot?
Panic attack. It has to be later.
Wasn't
more
it
recent than
season
that.
7?
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Have we had one in 8?
No.
No, it just sometimes it just feels like they're like saving his stuff to the end. Or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they've saved a lot of the like heavy Buddy stuff. And so it feels like they have been saving a lot of the payoff of all of the stuff they've been building up for him since season 7, well, and before. But, you know, I feel like a lot of the stuff that's happening for Buck and Eddie and Buck and Eddie has been set up since season 7.
For like a big payoff at the end of 8. Yes. I think so too.
And I think we're like on track to still get the things
that we want
from Eddie. But I think that this coma dream is necessary.
Yeah.
How else are we doing it? Like, that's a legitimate question. How else would we do it within this season?
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not sure. So like it would make the most sense to me. It's just like especially for Eddie to like finally have this self-actualization about his own identity apart from father, soldier, firefighter, all of that stuff, which has been taken away from him. And now he's trying to like rebuild that. He needs to go so deep in his psyche to be able to like pull that out of himself, right? And like no, I was just gonna say, and I feel like very similarly to what Buck does, like because they operate very similarly in these kind of ways. Like Eddie has to go in within himself. Like nobody can tell him this. He has to figure it out on his own. And the easiest way that we can see that happen is through an unconscious event sort of thing, like a coma dream. What were you going to say, Sil?
Nothing. I don't know. I don't even know if I had a brain blast or anything. I just feel like I think I need to rewatch the season 5 like breakdown that he had and like what led up to it, because of like, he had a lot of like survivor's guilt and like I'm tying this back into like maybe him having that coma dream and like maybe feeling guilty because of not being there for whatever may be happening to Bobby. So I'm just like, maybe they're putting a call back to that.
Wasn't he in therapy because of his panic attacks?
I think so.
Okay. What were his panic attacks about?
Ready-made family. Yeah.
So that's why he had to do therapy. And what did Frank say? Or was it Bobby?
What did he say? I forget.
Well, which one? Because
Frank or Bobby said to him, I think it was Frank, you need to lose everything before you let yourself feel something or whatever.
That was Bobby.
Bobby. Okay. I think that was season 5. I think it was around this arc. So, but like Frank was having him unpack his like PTSD.
Yeah.
Like thinking that's why he was having panic attacks, but that's not why he was having panic attacks. So
they coincided, but
issue. Sure.
Yeah. But that issue was never addressed.
No. Listen, so many issues he could have just like there's so
pick and choose. Shadow has a theory that we don't actually see Eddie until the end of Contagion when he has his NDE after getting off the phone with Buck saying Bobby is in trouble because of Contagion coma dream. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. that would make sense. Like just like simultaneous NDE sort of situations.
I think that's kind of what we were thinking, was that he would get a call from Buck or someone
Hi,
from 118
EJ's
saying,
back.
EJ, yay. Saying that like Bobby or everyone's exposed to a thing, but like maybe Bobby's not doing so great, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then he leaves to go be there for Buck or to try and help, whatever. And then he gets into the car accident.
Yeah.
Still riding for this car accident.
And then it turns into some sort of like Wizard of Oz sort of scenario.
Wizard of Oz, It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Carol.
It's true. Ghost of is still, didn't you say like Ghost of Xmas Past or something?
Yeah.
Of exes.
All of his exes
yeah.
to be like,
Shannon.
you're gay.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's another way for Tim to get Devin Kelly back, right?
Mhm.
He'll do anything to bring her back.
Yeah. EJ says, I think Eddie
Yeah.
car crash on the way back by end of 15. Yeah.
Or he could be there in 15, like he came to help. Maybe he's driving
And
back
is going back to Chris.
and gets in the accident.
Ooh, I like this. Dual coma dream for Bobby and Eddie.
I've been thinking that one for a while now.
That would be interesting. I could totally see that as like just kind of like beat for beat sort of thing. And yeah, I like that. I don't
Because
know
it still doesn't make sense. Because it still doesn't make sense. Like, what the fuck is Gerard and Tommy? What are they doing here? They're not part of 118. What are you doing here?
It's a nightmare for both of them.
Yeah.
But that would explain the two different turnout codes. I mean, like it explains it even without it, because it could be like that would be the hot shots theory.
Yeah.
But it could be that like Eddie is dreaming that Bobby is in the casket, and Bobby's dreaming that like one of his employees is in the casket.
Mm-hmm. I love this. I would love a coma dream where Marcy and Shannon parallel each other. That's very clever, I think. I like that. I can't put more thought to that at the moment, but like
I don't know how we're doing that with the stuff that we've seen, but that would be interesting.
Listen, anything's possible. EJ, Marcy was Bobby's wife from St. Paul.
Let's hear it, Britt. Crockpot theory. Oh my god, this is like our first comment from Twitter ever. No one ever replies on Twitter. There's always people lurking. Like there's 100 people there or something, but like no one ever.
Rin's here. Oh no, Rin got banned on her. No, Rin got banned on main.
Rin, can I send Rin a link?
Yeah, do you want to hop in?
Yeah, Rin, are you on Discord? I can send you a link to join us on StreamYard if you want.
I don't know yet. I haven't seen it, but
I'm gonna see if she's in. Ha ha ha! I found you. I think.
But Britt, we would love to hear your crockpot theory. Crockpot theory? Is it crackpot or crockpot? Because we had both. Okay, here we go. Slow cooked 8 hours, 8 seasons, almost ready at 7:45. Season 7, episode 4/5. Oh, that is interesting.
Giving
too.
Taylor Swift number theory,
right? That really is. Ooh.
Wait, can you repeat it? Because I'm trying to find.
Yeah, Britt says the crockpot, not crackpot. The crockpot theory.
Okay.
Slow cooked 8 hours, 8 seasons.
Yes.
Almost ready at 7:45, which equates to like season 7, episodes 4 and 5.
And then that there's 15 minutes left. Some people think like at the end of 15.
It's all over Twitter. I have not been on the Twitter.
All right.
Sorry, that's my job.
Ren,
no
I'm trying
articles.
to send you a link if you want to join us on StreamYard. Feel free.
Vera's got to go.
Feel
Bye,
free to
Vera.
talk to.
Thanks
Bye,
for joining.
Vera.
Bye.
Have a good shift.
EJ. 100%. I feel like Tim is a Swiftie and leaves us Easter eggs. We've kind of been saying this from the beginning. It's the Taylor Swiftification of Tim Minear. They have similar mastermind.
He's the Taylor Swift of network television.
Yes. Sil, what is happening?
What are you looking at?
Is it a picture or is it an article?
No, it's a what? Wait, hold on. I think it's from the photo shoot that got released today. It's a 1 minute and 14-second video of Ryan getting ready for that photo shoot.
Okay, send that to us. I would like to look at that later.
So,
and by later, I probably mean for like 3 hours. I'm just kidding. No, that was a great photo shoot. Just like, I want to read what the article says, but no habla español.
Ali did a whole, well, first of all, we have Sil. And then second of all,
I know.
Ali made a video translating the whole thing. I was gonna ask you.
I didn't have
and then Ali like posted a video translating it. So
I would love to hear your personal translation though.
Okay.
Later. Yes.
All right. Do you guys, while you guys are reading comments, you guys want to rewatch some clips?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Shadow says, "What do y'all think the first Taylor Swift song that's played as a needle drop on the show would be?"
I don't think they're ever playing Taylor Swift.
No.
Unfortunately, I really
would
don't think
love
they are.
them to.
I love it, but I don't think we are getting that. Sadly, I would love You Are in Love. Listen, I want Dress. I ride very hard for Dress. I mean, we'll get it in fan edits, but like for their first kiss in the kitchen.
Yes, the vision is there. Rock says, "I think Eddie's feelings realization will come when he's going back to LA to help with the big emergency." I could see that, or like after it or anything. Oh, and also says, "I would love for them to play any Beyonce, like EXO." That would be a great choice. I also don't know that they'd be able to do Beyonce, but like excellent choice.
Would be.
Oh man.
What is this link? What am I looking at?
I don't know. I can't click on it.
I can't either. All I can do is put it on the screen. Can you DM that to us, Britt, on Twitter?
Please.
Do we have open DMs?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Never tried to DM us.
Or just tag us in a reply. That's fine too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that works too. Jesus. I swear I have some brain cells like just.
Yeah. Ooh, or Beyonce's Halo. Also good.
That is on my buddy playlist.
He just like, we have Billie Eilish money. I think that was so funny.
He literally said
like, Billie
money. And then I was just freaking out because I was like, are we cutting from this directly to Buddie?
We didn't, but
I mean, we intrinsically did, but
yeah, it was close enough.
Yeah.
Did Rin respond?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they have the link if they want to join. I sent it to them on Discord. They might be hopping around on lives.
That's fine. Yeah. Still, do you have any clips?
I'm trying.
Oh yeah, she looking.
No, I have some. I'm just like, I don't know what tab I'm in. That's not it. That might be it. That's not it. Is it this one? I'm assuming it's this one. Wow.
Ooh. Kay, Buck's so relatable on Twitter said, do you think Eddie's parents pushed him to compete in ballroom dancing because they couldn't deal with him liking dance?
They couldn't deal with him what?
Liking dance.
Ooh.
And that was like the most proper heteronormative form of
I
dance
could-
that they could think of.
I could see it.
I could see that too.
Like they probably saw him dancing around and enjoying it, and they were like, ooh, opportunity, let's put him in dance classes.
Yeah.
And like, you know, competitive, also like a bit of a like a momager, dadager
Yeah.
thing.
No, I mean that literally does suck the fun out of everything. So
Yeah, because when you're not doing it for the fun anymore, like, you know.
Anyway, hold on. We have pictures. We have pictures.
Oh, yes.
Enhance.
Enhance.
I don't know
Buck's
if I can-
pictures.
Hang
Oh,
on.
that's absolutely like a picture drawn by G.
no.
I think at the bottom there. Probably, I hope. I love how Buck has become this great chef. It's so
Literally.
sweet. He really takes after his dad,
Just like
meaning
his dad.
Bobby.
I know.
Hold on, because I think I saw.
Did someone like zoom in?
I think somebody did. Hold on. Ooh. Please hold. I'm gonna have to take it out of here and then put the.
No, it's fine.
Please 1 second.
EJ says, did anyone notice him saying they took the joy out of it? Joy. Was it joy, or did he say like they sucked the fun out of it? Sucked
thought
the
it was-
joy out of it?
I didn't.
Let me
We'll
see if
find
the
it.
transcript's up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we have Halloween.
Literally,
Henry and Madney.
just the
and then
families. The family, and I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah.
that's the
Madney
Madney one.
Wedding invite. Yeah. Oh, and it's all the couples,
Well,
by the way.
excluding Bethina,
Bethina.
unless something's over here.
They're on there. Yeah. Oh.
Wow. Okay.
He
Yeah,
loves his family.
Basically the same. He might have said like sucked the joy out of it. I just don't remember at the moment. I was like ascending during that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, he's doing it.
He's doing it. It's happening. It's happening.
It's happening.
Stay calm.
It's basically. Rock said the first notion he was going to stand up to her. Who cares if she loves it? Chris has to.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Like the inkling was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just had to dad up.
Exactly.
What else? Because I have because these are all from Cherry.
Is there one where he's talking to Helena? Because that was like so good.
And
Not yet. They might be going like through the episode. Oh wait, is that the 214 one? Maybe.
Yeah. Like they came in and kind of disrupted Christopher's life anyway by taking him.
Yeah. But to them, to Helena and Ramon, Chris's life has always been in Texas, in El Paso, and the disruption was bringing him to LA in the first place.
Exactly.
So they're like, we're making things right in their mind, but they're not really, and they're so stuck in their ideal, which again I think shows up with like Chris being in the tournaments and like Eddie being in ballroom dancing competitions. Like they're so stuck in their ideal that they don't actually realize or think to ask what the other people want. You know, like
driving the getaway car.
Yeah. Rock says a driver. Eddie's a firefighter. His mom never like really acknowledges that he's supposed to be a firefighter. Like they really aren't. they're not happy with anything he does, being in the army,
No.
a firefighter, or a driver. Exactly, because they set expectations for
You could've-
him that
Well,
are.
you were so good, and you could have gotten a scholarship and could have gone to college. He's like, I could have still gone, but
Mhm.
I chose not to.
Yep. And like they've always set this standard for him that was impossible to reach. So like they would never be able to
Yep.
please with anything that he does. And
Yep.
then they weaponize that against him. And it's but EJ has an interesting comment. A father-son road trip, that's gonna be that could be a big foreshadowing if Eddie gets into the car crash. I mean, sure could be. Yeah. Especially as a driver now.
Yeah.
I've got the grocery store.
Ooh.
Yes.
Perfect. Rock, you're so right. They put off their dreams and things they wish they'd done onto him. They absolutely project. Yeah. They're living vicariously through Eddie, through Christopher, and trying to do over. And Whoop is back. Oh no, SJ also got banned like 4 times.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah, I DM'd Ren, and they said they got back on their main. They're waiting to hear on the backup. And
good.
So they appreciate the invite.
Yay.
Part, like, she's just like, he can't do anything right. He can't do anything by himself. She's just taken over.
She takes things out of his hands, literally and figuratively.
Yeah. And she dismisses. This is her dismissing him.
Every time. There's nothing like supportive.
In the back of your new car, like he made an irresponsible financial decision when it was the opposite.
She's so cheerfully passive aggressive. Yeah. It's the worst kind of like manipulation, right?
Can't fucking stand her ass.
Yeah. Oh, Kenny's here. Hi, Kenny. Kenny just started their season 3 rewatch, and seeing Chris all grown up now is so.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
I mean, that's where we are when we're doing our rewatch episodes, and it's painful.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's so baby.
Yeah, she absolutely guilt tripped him.
Taking the card out of his hands just like she did with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the last episode.
Literally. She always takes everything out of Eddie's hands.
Because Chris very much was like hesitant, like he wanted to say yes, but knew that his grandmother wouldn't
approve
to say yes about setting the PS5 up at Eddie's place.
Oh, I need to see her and Margaret Buckley interact.
Oh, don't.
That would be scary. No, thank you. Like, I think it would be fascinating just to see like what they would have in common and have a conversation about, but like I don't want that like in the show.
If what they could have in common is that they're buried alive, that'd be great. That's me.
Ooh. So ready to hear y'all do the tsunami episodes.
Those are coming the beginning of May.
We may have already recorded those.
We may have had them recorded for a while, but season 8 episodes keep
pushing it back a little bit.
Keep things pushed back. But yeah, they're all recorded. We also have a live reaction to all 3 of them.
Oh yeah,
with our friend Nikki. And she's also on the episode for 302. She's watching the series for the first time. She's about to finish 4. I think she's waiting on us because we told her that she couldn't watch
413
episodes without us.
Yeah, she's like, guys, I think I'm at the place where like you need to watch with me, and we're like, okay, soon.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try and do that this weekend. But yeah, so that'll be the beginning of May. Mark your calendars. I think episodes 1 and 2 are releasing on the same day.
I think we did decide that, like a double.
Yeah,
we're gonna give you 2 waves, 2 waves of
like literally
podcast goodness. I know, yeah.
Like we're literally doing that. We're also giving you a double release on April 17th. That's going to be 218 and the season 2 wrap
all together. Yes.
which will be interesting to see if there's any parallels between 218 and the episode that's airing that night, which is 815. Because let me tell you, when we released episode 217 last week, there were some parallels.
Why does
that
this
week's
keep
episode?
happening?
It was so weird.
Why does that keep happening? Because like last week was all of the what even
The
was
Shannon stuff.
Yeah,
It's Shannon. It's the Shannon of it all.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't it like also like Maddie and Eddie heavy?
It was a Maddie and Eddie AB plot.
Yeah,
and it's
for both.
her dealing with her work.
Oh yeah, that was the one where it was
Mhm.
like where we said, you know, she's worried that this isn't the best use of her voice.
Yeah, and
We
then
said that
she-
for 217, and then
she was like,
last
she
week's
took my
episode was
voice.
yeah.
What about my job? It was so
it is the
weird.
universe.
It is the
The
universe.
is screaming.
It has a particular way that it wants our episodes to come out, and we don't really actually get a say.
No. It chooses us. It chooses us.
It's the life that chooses us.
Yeah. Second FaceTime call.
Ooh, yes.
Okay.
Rox is like talking about 217 with Shannon dying. Eddie telling her to be quiet will never not be triggering. Like, I'm about to be quiet for eternity. Please let me get these last words out.
I don't even know how long the segment of us roasting him for that was, but it was
funny.
one of my favorite
Mhm.
parts that we've done in an episode, especially when I was like, if Peppa and Abuela had heard him telling her to shut up, they
Mhm.
would have like backhanded him.
And then still was so
it's like
funny.
that chunkles would have been out.
You were
was
like,
great.
you were like, they would have been out. Oh, Shadow's going to bed. Good night.
Bye.
Thanks for joining.
All
right.
Love how the house is slowly but surely coming together.
Coming together
Right?
just in time
Just
him to
like
move back.
he is though, because
Just
the
like
house is a
exactly.
metaphor for him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I love that metaphor. Yeah.
So good.
Kenny said someone in SJ's live, I think, or someone else's live, pointed out this parallel to the Bethina moment at the end. About
Athena moment.
with Bobby and Athena. Oh yeah.
when
Where
she's
Athena's like, or Bobby said like,
he's
my
like,
wife didn't
"I don't
even
know why my
remind
wife
me.
didn't remind me," and she was like, "I don't know why my husband can't read a calendar."
Yep. No, that is the exact same thing.
God, it's so bad.
It's the exact same thing. Oh my gosh.
The way that Eddie knew that he forgot Hen's birthday as soon as he was like, "What's Hen's favorite pie?"
Yeah. He's like, oh boy. We got to do damage control.
God.
That's so funny. I really do love how like Eddie is fixing up the house. And it's gonna be such a great metaphor because it is like he's building himself back up, just like he's building the house back up. And when it's finished, of course, that's when they're gonna be like, okay, let's go back to LA, like for permanent. but he will be complete. The house will be complete. He will be complete. Ah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I love a good metaphor like that. Yeah, and building his trust with Chris back up. That is integral to it. Integral? I always forget how to pronounce that one.
Integral.
I
think it's integral.
Okay. I always mix it up. It's one of those words that I'm just
Can I
like,
show you a really funny, slightly petty tweet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God,
I
can
can't
we read it?
that. No. I would love to see it.
You're gonna have to read it. I can't see that.
Lou Ferrigno Jr. threw Stark's eye.
I saw that earlier, actually.
it's just a blank square, right?
Yeah,
There are pictures of everyone, guys.
except him.
Fitting for invisible.
It really is.
No, but we're not doing that. We're the only people who are allowed to feel invisible and say that they feel invisible are Hen and Eddie and Archie.
So true.
Yes.
Not the other one.
No. Kenny also can't get over ballroom dancer Eddie. Absolutely. I love that little bit of lore drop. It's so good.
What lore
It's
drop? Sorry.
Ballroom
The
dancer
ballroom
Eddie.
Oh, he's so special to me.
Yeah.
I've had him for 5 minutes.
And
He's
if
so
anything
special.
happens to him. So obviously we're going to need to see like more Eddie dancing because that is like because
Mhm.
he enjoyed it before his parents took the fun out of it.
They
We're going
could
to
have
need
picked anything, and the fact that they picked ballroom dancing of
dancing.
any of the dancing says so many things, and I feel like this might just be me buddy maxing, but I feel like they're planting the seeds for something.
Dancing.
Him having to
Or-
teach Buck how to dance.
I would love to see that. And like Buck would be stepping on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Can't wait to read all of the
Oh my god. the
Codifics.
codifics or the dancing in the kitchen fix. Eddie
Mhm.
twirling Buck around. Oh my god.
That's where we need the Taylor Swift song.
Yeah.
Like dancing in the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Like
Feds
not the rest
should
of
be proud after the you are in love art video.
Oh my
that they
god,
did.
yes. If you guys haven't watched Fed's illustrated video, it is
It's a masterpiece. Everything
incredible.
Feds does, I'm just like inject this straight to my bloodstream.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, it's FEDZ. And they just put out like a video. I think the full thing is on YouTube.
Eddie-
It's so good.
Eddie winks on
Yeah.
this FaceTime call when he's holding up the basketball tickets.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Almost like I don't know. The fact that basketball keeps getting Rin is back. Hi, Rin. The fact
Rin,
that
yay,
basketball keeps getting brought up in buddy scenes.
So
I mean, we know they're doing it on purpose.
interesting. I mean, there's literally a wink. What are we doing?
I think that was a wink at us. Honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Absolutely. Basketball has to be a metaphor for something. Like,
does. Oh, Ren, how did you like the episode? I haven't been able to like look at anyone's like opinions or like join anyone
No.
else's live, so I don't know the thoughts on the streets.
what are the streets saying?
What are my streets saying? The streets that I've paved with the people that we follow.
Rock says, I know everyone's saying Taylor Swift, but I'm sorry, Let Us Have Bleeding Love by Leona Lewis. That's a good one. But it's a good song. I'm not sure. But it's like a sad song.
That is
right?
a sad song.
That's
Are we
not
talking
like a
about
happy
Buddy
get
First
together
Kiss?
song.
Are we talking about Buddy First Kiss?
I don't know.
Or just Buddy song?
Buddy song in general, I think.
I'm so sorry to be that person. It has to be Photograph Reprise.
Listen, I'm fine with
Photograph
it.
Reprise.
I did like your suggestion of Ed Sheeran's
The other Ed Sheeran song.
Friends, whichever one it was.
It's Friends. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
no, we're not friends, nor have we ever been. We just try to. Oh my god, where is it? Hold on.
It's so good.
It's so good, y'all.
EJ says they are planting the seeds with like the dancing thing. Picture them doing lessons before a wedding. Oh, that is absolutely what I also pictured too.
But like, no, everyone's married. Where are they going?
No, their wedding.
Oh, their wedding? Oh, sure. in season 10.
Yeah. Directed by Oliver.
Basketball has to be a metaphor for something. Yes, basketball is a metaphor for Buck's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
They've been setting that up since, 704.
Yep. Especially in 8-10 with Buck holding on to his emotional support basketball.
Yeah. Oh, here are some of the lyrics from Friends by Ed Sheeran. We're not friends, nor have we ever been. We just try to keep these secrets in a lie. And if they find out, will it all go wrong? And heaven knows no one wants it to. So I could take the back road, but your eyes would lead me straight back home.
Ugh.
And if you know me like I know you, you should love me. You should know. Friends just sleep in another bed. This would go so hard if they're roommates.
It would.
Friends just sleep in another bed, and friends don't treat me like you do. Well, I know that there's a limit to everything, but my friends won't love me like you. That's it.
It would be perfect.
Like, I think this is a good feelings realization song.
Mm-hmm. That would be so good.
Guys.
Hmm.
It's 12:15.
Is it coming to be that time?
It's very much close to that time or past that time.
Past that time.
Past that
Way-
time.
Way past that time.
Is it bedtime?
I work.
I know.
Well, I know.
So we can we can start wrapping up. Is there anything else anybody wants to touch on real quick? I know we had our poll earlier. We were asking people their favorite like Eddie moments.
Yeah, to celebrate his 100th episode.
Yeah. Rox says, "Oh, I hate this part, but we will be back next Thursday." We will be. Absolutely. And you can talk to us in the meantime.
Yeah.
Like,
Join
Is
Discord.
Rock on our Discord?
Rock, are you on our Discord? You can.
Do you
can
do
join
you
our
subscribe to
Discord.
us on Patreon? We have a $1 tier, which gets you Discord access. My God. And then we have a $5 tier, Buddies with Benefits, where you can see the live reactions on the Fridays, like the day after. You get to vote in live stream topic polls. But like, if you just want to be able to talk to us during the week, well, we're on socials, but also you can talk to us on Discord.
Yeah. Kenny asks, "Wait, how do I join the Discord?" Just go to Buddy System Pod on Patreon or
Patreon.
and
Yeah.
then it's the $1 tier, right?
It's the
for
$1
Discord?
tier. We'll get you Discord access.
Mhm.
And
there's another tier that you can see like the live reactions earlier, but like
yeah,
you can
but
get Discord access for
it's just for
the lower one.
$1.
Oh,
Let me
EJ
see.
asks if we can do a live stream during the hiatus week. So like the week of April 24th.
Probably, because I think we're recording. So, and like what we're supposed to be doing is doing like a short, like 30-minute, sometimes an hour long live stream, depending on when we start, before we record episodes. So yeah, we can definitely, probably, definitely, maybe.
We will
have to
keep
bring
that in
Ryan
mind.
Reynolds into this.
We'll try to keep that in the plans because I think we were gonna record that night anyways.
Yeah.
To like keep the Thursday thing going. But
yeah, but we could absolutely stream a little bit. I think even if it's just a short one.
Yeah. Rock has another Eddie moment quickly. "There's no one I trust more with my son." Like that is one of the Eddie moments.
Between that and then you think you're expendable but you're wrong, those are like he's done 2 love confessions. He's got to top them.
Again, not
How's he
hearing the
gonna do
words
it?
coming out of his own mouth, just like someone else. Oh, EJ, you're sweet. I just like hearing y'all's thoughts, but I also know y'all probably need to rest. We don't sleep.
No. Syl
This
does.
fandom doesn't.
Syl sleeps.
Syl sleeps.
I don't really.
I
I
sleep at
sleep-
least.
I'm
I need
not
5
carnal.
hours.
Yeah.
So I sleep during the day.
And you have to start work earlier than I do.
Yeah.
So
But we love sharing thoughts. Also,
We do too. That's why we have a podcast. Don't know if you know this. I think my favorite Eddie moment, which isn't on screen, but just my favorite thing that Eddie Diaz has ever done, was decide that he was going to put Buck in his will to take
not
care
tell
of
him.
Christopher and then not tell him, because that's
a
the
year.
gayest thing anyone's ever done.
It's
Why
pretty
would you?
good.
He didn't ask him. He knew he would say yes. So why did you not tell him? That's my whole thing. That whole discussion. Why are you just telling me this now? He didn't give him a real reason. I'm telling you because I want you to not like
keep doing what you're doing.
keep
Mhm.
keep like
Putting yourself in danger.
exactly. Because you're not expendable to me. But that didn't explain why he was just telling him then.
No.
Like why he didn't
No.
tell him before. Because Eddie didn't look at that reason.
No.
That's my favorite thing he's ever done.
Yeah.
He's an insane person. I love him so bad.
So much. Sil, do you have another favorite Eddie moment? I know we've said so many, like a lot of the lines, because I think so many of them are like the really sassy stuff.
EJ said, I think
I don't know the entirety of Jinx, just him not wanting to believe in the whole quiet curse thing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
agreed.
Yeah.
Actually,
I do love this moment.
what is this one?
Second gayest thing he's ever done.
Yes.
What's your other moment, Sil?
Petty crimes. So okay, but also
Oh, how could we
in
forget?
706 when Buck was like, oh, we need a key to open the door so they
He's
can
like-
continue partying. He's like, we don't need a key. We're firefighters.
Firefighters.
Like,
I remember that was
Stop
like your personal
flirting.
earworm.
yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
No
Still
wonder
is.
he's broke. Like he's constantly probably getting fines everywhere he goes. It's like small claims court.
He never gets the security deposit back on anything.
This is why
No.
his and Buck's credit are probably really
my
bad
God.
right now.
Oh
They
yeah,
can
they
never
gotta-
own a house.
They gotta pay
Mhm.
for the damages for the hotel. You think Chimney's doing that?
yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd be
He
like,
didn't
this
even
is
stay
you.
there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
He
it's
was
their
fighting for his
fault.
life. Literally.
There's so many Eddie moments. I keep thinking back to like the brawl in Cell Block 911 when he's dealing with sparkly water. That character, and it's just like, because we've seen that, like, you know, Eddie is like oftentimes very silly goofy, right? But then when he turns on like that like competence sort of thing, like that I'm in control, like I'm in control of the situation and I'm cool, calm, and collected, like how everybody thinks of him.
Yeah,
I think that's really fun.
it is.
And EJ, and EJ also loved Buck tonight. Like, can I use the ram? And smiled so big when Bobby said yes.
So I do.
yeah.
I don't want to get us into a tangent since we're trying to log off, but I do want us to think about what could be being foreshadowed, because they keep having Buck ask permission from Bobby to do things when he used to not do that at all. Like, I know he has gotten better about just like making better judgment calls and not jumping into things, but he's not normally running at anything like that by Bobby constantly, and he's doing that all the time.
I'm wondering then if that's a foreshadowing for, you know, if like Hen and Chimney and Bobby are stuck inside that lab facility or whatever, and Buck is not. Buck is the one that will have to call the shots. So then he can't ask
Maybe
Bobby anything. He has to be his own authority on that a little bit. So like, I know I don't think he's anywhere close to being in the place where like Buck would become captain or anything like that.
Mhm.
But I think that would maybe be a nice step forward for him to kind of like take that and of course EJ he could still ask Athena, but like if it has to do something with more like firefighter-y stuff.
Yeah, she's not
Like,
a firefighter.
I think he would have to kind of like take point on that, which would be an interesting thing because he doesn't usually like take the leadership role
Mhm.
in that way. And I don't think we've really seen Buck do that. And I would love that. I think that would be very fun to see.
Fun.
Fun, emotionally devastating.
Interesting.
Okay,
Take
there
your
we go. I think interesting's a better word.
Interesting.
Fun
So
for me.
interesting. That's our word of season 8B. So interesting.
So interesting. So interesting.
Anyway, this was a great episode.
We loved it
I
so much.
love the second half of this season.
Hit after hit after hit.
Yep.
The last time you said that, we got 707, so I'm gonna need you.
She
I
said
didn't say
that before
anything.
707?
Yep.
807.
Sorry, 807.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, we recorded our episode because remember we did the special of episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then we did 4, 5, and 6. And she was like, "It's just been hit after hit after hit after hit." And then that episode came out, I think, the same week that episode 7 came out.
I can't do it.
And I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, "You just had to say."
What was it? The other night we found out that I could do this and Still in Hand could not.
No, we cannot. Like, look at she has a full frowny. Like,
Mm-mm.
I didn't realize I was so special.
my facial muscles just do not. Like, do you have less muscles? Like, how
I can't do it.
do we?
I
Like,
don't
how does that
know.
work? I have no idea. I can't do the one eyebrow thing either. TJ can, but he said he practiced in the mirror a lot as a
Oh,
kid to
that's
be
so
able to
funny.
do that.
I think I can do the one eyebrow thing, but
I can't.
I can only
Yeah.
do the right one, but
I
like
can only do the right one too.
I'm watching our podcast back and everything. I've noticed that like my left one moves like of its own volition sometimes, like by itself, and I'm like, so can I, like, aha? Anyway,
God.
just this has devolved very quickly.
Yes.
Sorry.
This is a regular experience recording. Which is why our recordings will be like 5 hours for like a 3-hour episode. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We love live streaming after the episode.
Thanks
and
for
talking to
chatting.
y'all.
Thanks for chatting.
I think we already
Keeping us
promoted our
sane.
Patreon enough, but again, if you want to talk to us during the week, that's the
Feel
best place to
free.
catch us.
Yeah, you're always there.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice Morgan was here. Hi. She said, "Mwah."
When did Morgan get here?
I don't know.
Morgan, we love you.
We love you. We love you. We love all you guys.
Bye, Kenny. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Now I press goodbye like 4 times.